Nobody, no crime. Well, not on my time. Eyes are watching, giving victims a voice. Raise your voice from Delphi to Canton, and there will be no more botching. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an alibi if you collect evidence in red solo cups. If your expert says it just did, you might have a problem. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an
Hello, everyone. I can hear myself out there. My friend's here and watching, so if you can hold on, let me go tell her to mute it. 1 second. Oh. All right. Sorry about that, guys. How is everyone today? How is everyone doing? There we go. There. All right. I don't know why it starts off like very small. It did this yesterday too. How is everyone? Happy Wednesday. We have made it to hump day, guys. This is exciting. It's only up from here, closer to the weekend. We are doing it. Let's see. Hi, Naira. How are you? Sister Lenny. Hello. Debbie. Kristen. How are you, girl? Pretty kooky. How are you? What's up, Kazi G? We got Chastity. Hello. Bob. Hello, Bob. Hi, Rhonda. The YouTubery. Hello. Sammy. How are you, girl? All right. It's good to see you guys. It is so good to see you guys. Hey, Jessica. The Laura J. Oh, we got cartwheels. Excellent. It's funny how a little thing like cartwheels make a lot of people angry. I don't know. It's weird. All right. Kayla, how are you, girl? Good to see you. Petty LaBelle. Jen, Florida. Hello. I saw you in a chat earlier today. Good to see you again. Nurse Kate, how are you? Haley, how are you, girl? WV is here. All right, guys. Kelly Kell is here. Excellent. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, so oop. Got all the sounds happening today, guys. All right. What's up, May? How are you? All right, Miss Jess, how are we? Angel Baby, we got Shadows. Guys, happy birthday. Can my chat give a big happy birthday to one of the best mods and best people out there in this community, Side Eyes? She is a fantastic person and a great friend. It's her birthday today. She's not doing anything. She's hanging out with us, okay? And we need to make this a very exciting day for her as much as we can. So if you guys could give a big round of applause for Side Eyes. Oh, okay, that didn't go down as well. There we go. Okay, excellent. We got drum rolls. We got all the sounds for Side Eye's birthday. Excellent. All right, guys. Yes, happy birthday to Side Eyes. She's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, we have, okay, well, hold on. We got some jewels. We started out with some jewels. Thank you, to be blunt. Sent 2 jewels for a silver star. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, everyone wishing our girl happy birthday. Excellent, excellent. Hello. Hello, hello. I love your name. It's amazing. And I always spot you in chats because it's like a tongue twister and it's fantastic. So thank you so much, Bio, for being here. Robin, how are you? All right, guys. Good to see all you guys. PCB Amy, hello, my love. Nodo is here. Sherry with an S is here. All right. Excellent. Well, guys, so we are here because there is some stuff going on. Same stuff, different day. Come Nest, how are we? All right. Of course, Valhalla's here. What's up, Valhalla? You're mentioned. I hear again. You're part of the drama. Man, shouldn't have killed fish. I don't know what to tell you. Try to help him out, and then, he catches his charge for killing a fish when he's never been in Massachusetts before. It's wild. The accusations, wild. Yeah, I know. It's all the time, right? Jules is here. Hello, Jules. Good to see you. Jessica L. I know. Poor Valhalla. Poor Valhalla. All right, guys. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it a little bit. We have some more drama. Like Debbie saying, new, different rendition, but same old song. Literally. So what is going on? What is going on, guys? So I'll tell you what's going on. So apparently, and Jojo, thank you so much, Jojo, sent 1,000 jewels for a goat trophy. This is literally Valhalla's jewel. So I'm going to dedicate that to Valhalla for the goat trophy. He is the goat man, the goat daddy. So thank you so much, Jojo. So what is going on is lots of things. So allegedly, there has been some movement in the Bunnyverse, the Bestieverse, which is now apparently not a Bestieverse anymore because one of the bunnies / besties, who is no longer, used the term bestie. And that's a big old crime, apparently. You can't do that. You can't do it. If you associate yourself with that name, you're going to be kicked out of the cult for good. And allegedly it's a cult because it seems like it to me, for me, in my opinion. But one of them, again, the whole thing is ridiculous. I have to laugh because it is insane. It is stupid. It is so dumb. The delusion of which that is real. But if you're not the one who's being attacked, if you're not the one who is having people come after you, dox you, all of those things, it's humorous, right? But if you're the person that's having it done to you, it's a little different. And so that's what we're seeing again. We're seeing cry bully Jessica Machado be a bully, and later she'll cry about it. This is the whole cycle. It's a cycle that repeats itself all the time. So right now she's back to being a bully, but yet saying she's not being a bully, trying to act like she's not, and saying she's not going to speak on it, but she's speaking on it. All those things that make sense to her, but no one else, because it's delusional, is happening right now. So we saw that again today. We saw a little bit of it Sunday, not to the extent that I think a lot of us thought it would be, because apparently she saw that people were expecting her to lose her nuts and bolts. And so she purposely didn't do it, which is interesting because that one tells me she can control herself if she wants to. And two, She can't really though, because today she was still allegedly trying to do that, but she ended up talking shit about people again. So it's just it's unhinged. Hi Anita, good to see you. Anyways, um, so we're gonna listen to some of that, but we're not putting her on the screen. We're just gonna hear her words because apparently that really makes her upset. We know when Jolene replays her words, she gets big mad. She comes after Jolene again. So we're just gonna hear the words and go over them and how inaccurate, kind of dissect them. But her latest victim is someone that used to support her, someone who would give her thousands of dollars, ironically. Her latest victim used to be in the bunny universe, which I think a lot of us did. I know I've been very open with you guys saying that I used to watch her show. I thought some of the things that she did was funny. And I used to be a member on that channel for a bit. Well, that took a turn when she started coming after people like my friend Baker, saying really disgusting things about him. And it was no longer like cute anymore because of the stuff that she was saying. She was taking it from jokes to vile, serious things. And then I would see the chat saying things like, no, that's not true. Actually, Baker's a good guy. And she would fight back because it was being told to her. And all because Baker didn't like her show. Okay. So just real dumb stuff. But at any rate, I stopped watching her because the way she came after Baker, the disgusting viral things she said about law girls, not attorneys, who one of the law girls is literally a teenager, and the stuff that she was saying to them, I don't know how she's ashamed of. And by the way, owes a huge ass apology to. It's gross. What she did to Cyber Chick, because guess what, guys? Cyber Chick decided that it wasn't the best fit over there for her. She didn't like how Jess came after her. So she politely said, I thank you for everything. I hope everyone does amazing. I just think it's probably not the best fit for me here. And politely and nicely excused herself. After Jess came after her and basically interrogated her as to why. This wasn't like Cyber Chick asked her, and made this big thing. No, Jess wanted to know and made it a big thing and a big content. And then Cyber Chick politely said what I just said. Well, as we've learned in the past few months, nobody leaves Machado, okay? Nobody leaves her. And what has happened in the recent week, somebody's left her. Again, the nerve of someone. But did they really, though? We're going to talk about that. Did they really leave her? Or did they just branch out like Machado had encouraged them to do? So if you have been in that chat, if you've been in that little area that they call the Bunny Bestieverse, you may have seen someone named Arkansas Bestie who is in the chat. I know Jess came out and said her and her husband had bought into her brand and were now investors in the Jess Machado name. They're the brand, whatever that may be. And had, I guess, donated a significant amount of money to her because they believed in her and what she was doing. Okay. Which I will say is incredibly generous. And, you can go back and forth, and whether you think it's appropriate or not that she would air all that out again, had she not aired all that out, a lot of people might not know that name, but she decided to air it out and to tell everyone her business, which is what she does on a daily basis. So, okay, Kat, you are not late. We are just getting going, so you are right on time, my dear. Anyways, so guys, not apparently, I saw some of it happen. Arkansas Bestie went on a show with Red Tide Oceans, okay? And she was on there. She, from my recollection, she didn't really say anything bad about anyone, but she was just kind of backing them up and, just talking. She was on the show. Um, Jess came on for a bit and basically told her, like, you're natural, you should do this, you should get a show, you should get your husband, he would support it. And she's like, no, like, I didn't. She was very nervous. You could tell she was very nervous. Well, anyways, this is this is one of at least 2 times I know of that I personally heard her tell Arkansas bestie she should get a show. Now, mind you, Jess is doing these classes. What's up, Queen Bell? She's doing these classes to allegedly help people through the process of creating your channel and know StreamYard better, right? But in my opinion, it's to make spin-off little clones of her, very similar to what we have with Turtle Boy. Like Turtle Boy, because Turtle Boy did what he did, there's a lot of other creators that now support him. They go on and have shows before his, like Rat House Media, right? And it pumps him up, it gets his name out there, and he has a little network, and it's fantastic. Well, I think for me, she wanted to do that because in my mind, she's always wanted to be the female version of Turtle Boy. She even said, "Why can't I be?" So she wanted spin-off versions of her, okay, in my opinion. And so she had this like clinic of people. You saw these spin-off versions taking place. We have the Oceans and Moon debacle. Um, there's a couple other ones like 7-Eleven, things like that. Okay. So these shows that are half of them are falling apart. Whatever. She did that. So again, she's encouraging people to make their own channel, which I think is great. She supported people if that's what they want to do. Fantastic. Well, she was telling this to Arkansas Bestie as well. Well, Jessica went on vacation, okay? And so she went on vacation down here. Remember when we had the cord chewing incident? Yeah. So she came down here and partook in Pensacola's beaches and did that ironically. And read whatever you want to into it, right? Might be nothing, might be something. She has, I guess, in the last couple days been comparing Arkansas Bestie to Fairy Linda, or whatever. Whoever that is, she apparently owns property down here at the resort down here. Now, what she fails to understand is that I'm local down here. So I know all of these places. I know people who own places there. I know people who rent places out there. I know people that work at the hotels here. It's a very small area. It's interesting. So ironically, she's kind of throwing the name out when she was shit talking Arkansas Bestie the other night, saying fairy godmother Linda would never. She would never. Because, people aren't allowed to be whoever they are. They have to be clones of each other. Apparently, anyone rich who had money has to act like fairy god Linda to her, or else she's going to shit talk their name. That's how it came off to me. So anyways, ironically, when she was doing the whole thing about her vacation, she brought out like this bag and showed her seashells because she went shelling every day. Now I know that spot that she was. Ma'am, you just went on the beach one time and picked up literally anything you saw, because if you were shelling every day, you'd have had at least some nice shells. Okay. For me. None of those were like anything. But the way she tried to spin it to me was very interesting. She's like, "Oh, this is from fairy godmother Linda." And it was like a bag that she had her shells in. And then she was like, and then that's all she said about it. Insinuating that the trip, now this is for me. These are all my opinions that I'm going to say here tonight. Okay. Insinuating that the trip was funded by Fairy Tale Linda. I don't know who paid for it, but I'll tell you what I do know is that she didn't stay at Fairy Tale Linda's place. That wasn't Fairy Tale Linda's place. That was a hotel. I'd go to that hotel at least twice a year. It's very nice. Very, very nice. However, the way she's kind of twisted that and played the narrative, it makes it seem like Fairy Tale Linda is still in the picture, donating her place, giving her these things. I don't know if that happened. Did Fairy Tale Linda pay for that other hotel that she doesn't have a rental in because it's a hotel? I don't know. Maybe. Did J7 pay for it? Maybe. I don't know. Don't care. But all I know is that it wasn't Fairy Tale Linda's place. It's a hotel room. And she pretended that there was this narrative spun about a tattoo that she had on her arm and how that tattoo got her an upgrade, guys. Not just any upgrade, like the best room you could possibly have on the top floor. Also not true. I think it's interesting that she spun this whole narrative to her people that she was having a really rough month. It's gonna be a really rough month, guys, because I'm covering this important trial and we're just not getting the views. We're not getting the views. We're not getting the super chat. So, whatever you guys want to do to support me, because it's just not going to be a good month. Meanwhile, I know what you spent on your vacation. Anybody can know what you spent on your vacation because you can go and look at the dates, program them in, see how much it'd be for you to stay there. They give you the amount. See, it's funny down here, we have certain hot months, pop-in months that's real busy. And we have, goes a little lower, gets a little colder, it goes even lower. Even in the winter, it goes lower. You can program it in. You can see how much for that room that she had. Now, I encourage anyone to take vacations when they need to. And I think it was probably a good time for her to take a vacation because she was unhinged. But I also find it a little interesting that she is telling everyone it's a real rough month. But the amount of money, if she did it herself, to spend there is interesting. And again, doesn't matter, but when you put this all out to the internet, people might talk about it. And everyone has exactly that right to do so when you put it out. So, what happened when she was on vacation, not shelling every day, was that this person who allegedly was an investor in her brand, whatever that may be, and friend, it seemed like it came off that way to me, that they were friends. She seemed to portray it that way to her audience. And there was some fighting. And imagine this, 7-Eleven didn't like Arkansas Bestie. I know it's shocking, guys. Prepare yourself. The things that you're going to hear might shock you. You might need to sit down, take a deep breath. It's going to be a little shocking, okay? So they didn't, something happened, don't know, don't care. But 7-Eleven didn't like Arkansas Bestie. There was some kind of a thing. And then Arkansas Bestie and I guess Oceans were cool and talking. And then 7-Eleven came after Oceans. Now, if I had to guess, for me, 7-Eleven was probably very threatened, very, very threatened by Arkansas Bestie. Now, why? Because she has a very unhealthy attachment, in my opinion, to Machado. Okay. I've said it before. I'll say it again. They are the same person. Exactly the same. And they have somehow found each other in this universe and they feed off of each other. Now, anyone that comes in and is potentially another good friend of Machado's, 7-Eleven is going to sabotage. It might happen again, and we'll probably see it again. How people like that are. Okay. And then you put on top of it that Arkansas Bestie is pretty and she has money. Now she's really mad. Now she's really a big threat to 7-Eleven. So she had to do something to disrupt that friendship for me, in my opinion. Okay. So then whatever happened with them, don't care, don't know. Was being spilled on 7-Eleven show. Machado was in the chat. I guess allegedly not really saying that she agreed, but still there participating in the chat, not saying anything. Now, think about that. That's kind of odd, right? Now, if you're Arkansas bestie, you're supporting her financially, supporting her as a friend, you think that you have a friendship with this person. And by the way, all of um all of the bunnies, this is the ex bunny now, guys. Um all of the bunnies over there think they're her friends, right? Because she puts her number out, she tells them to text her and call her, and then some of them do, and then sometimes it's content and like, "Oh my god, why did they call me? Why are they texting me?" Ugh, because you gave your number out and told them to. Hoo-hoo. So again, you have the let me dangle this in front of your face. Here's my number. Text me. We're friends. We're besties. And then when you do, you're crazy. Why would you text me? Anyways, you all have seen it. I know you have. So again, I'm assuming, but I can only imagine that Arkansas bestie being in her chat, being, texting her, she often would read some of their messages. Um, thank you, Amy Boston. It's been awesome having you here. She would often read some of their messages. It was very apparent to me that she considered her a good friend, right? And it was a good friend that was supporting her with money, monetary gains. Okay. Now, if you are someone who is an investor now, supporting you and your channel, and you have some other girl who's run amok, who literally everyone that you were ever friends with told you this girl is destroying everything that you've worked for. She's a huge liability because she says horrific things that are inaccurate, slanderous, and untrue. And you keep her around and you have to have her as part of you. Like they're literally joined at the hip, which is something interesting because Turtlebot also gave her that advice. They weren't friends. Again, Turtlebot tried to tell her and she found an inconsistent thing in her merchandise sales. She brought it to her attention and then she gave her take on it because she really didn't care either way. But she said, I think this is kind of not the best look for you because you're making it like if you're here, you have to like 7-Eleven. That's really not that smart because you can do your own thing without 7-Eleven. But it's like when everyone goes there, they have to have her. And that was to her, for her, what she thought was not the best, right? And it seemed like very sound advice. Well, that wasn't taken. So now you have someone who's an investor in your company having an issue with 7-Eleven and making shows about her and her content. And she doesn't really care. And then this is all coming from her. Now, mind you, we haven't heard what Arkansas Bestie has said. This is just taking Jess's own words about the situation that she shared on her Sunday stream when she came back from vacations. And I say vacations because I'm an adult. The amount of baby words she said in that stream is weird. You're a grown ass 50-year-old woman. Please maybe start talking like it. A 6-month-old, I've seen 6-month-olds who have bigger vocabularies than yours. Use proper words, please. The amount of baby words that were in there. I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but it was weird and gross. Anyways, she came back from vacations and she was talking about this. And today she claimed that she didn't say anything bad. And she was so glad she didn't say anything bad about Arkansas Bestie because she just really needed people to see who she was. And she wanted to make sure she didn't say anything bad about her. Ma'am, you literally shit talk her. And that's the thing is like, I don't know if these people have never had good friendships where maybe the friends that they've had in their life, because she did the same thing to J7, 7-Eleven. She would make these digs at her all the time and underhandedly make these digs at her. And it's like she wasn't catching on. She was either not catching on or this has been done to her her whole life by friends. But with friends like that, you don't need enemies. Okay. So although she's trying to say she didn't come out and like yell at her, um, and like call her the things that she called her today on Sunday, that she was kind and supportive and wasn't mean to her and didn't talk bad about her and all that stuff. Yeah, you talk bad about her a lot. You said a lot of rude things about her, especially for someone who not only was a friend to your channel, who supported you and was an investor in your brand. So, again, people who want to invest in her brand, this is exactly what they will do. She will do to you if you stray away from her a tiny bit. And we're going to see that. Okay. So, again, the whole thing, I don't know Arkansas Bestie, but I saw things happening. Again, we like to be an observer here. I don't say a lot about it, the things I observe. I just note them. And what I saw happening a long time before this happened was her programming Arkansas Bestie that us over here in the community didn't like her. And I remember thinking how ridiculous that was, because Arkansas Bestie hadn't said anything, done anything. She seemed to just be a supporter of Jess and support her. So she was feeding her these things of like, they don't like you over there. They're starting to really just talk so much shit about you. I didn't hear anyone say anything about Arkansas Bestie. So that bothered me. I'm like, huh? So I know there's a reason that she was starting to program her that we didn't like her and the narrative put out there. It makes a lot more sense now to me. So now, mind you, Jess told her twice publicly that she should make her own channel. So while she was on vacations, she had her first episode and she dropped her channel, which I don't know if anyone knows, but sometimes you could maybe be talking about it and be like, guys, I think maybe we want to make a channel. I don't know what she went through. I don't know how long she thought about it. It seemed to me, just with Jess's own words, that she tried to give her indications that she was thinking about making her channel. Just didn't read them. Why? Because she's a shit friend. She like sent her an email with stuff and she never opened it and read it. It seems to me, yeah. So Comcast, or not Comcast, Comcast is always in chat. She's everywhere. She's welcome here. She likes everyone, and so we like people who do that. We don't care. So, anyways, yeah, guys, that people here are welcome to go other places. I don't support the cult mentality, and she's always been, yeah, I'm seeing that now. She has always been extremely supportive of this channel. And listen, the stuff they do is not the stuff I do here. So she is more than welcome to go anywhere else she wants. I've never seen her shit talking me or any of my friends who are other creators. She's just someone who likes to enjoy the content of everyone. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so we're not gonna attack people like that here. If they want to do that, that's up to them, but that's not what I support. So everybody, please be welcoming. This is someone who supports the channel and likes a lot of people. And I think that that's great. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully everyone is nice. Let me know if they are not. Anyways, and it's like, you don't have to love everybody, but just be respectful to them. Please. Thank you. Anyways, hi, Sav. How are you? So, anyways, it doesn't take this long months of planning thing. If you think about it one night and you're like, hey, I think I want to start a channel. You go to your computer, you can have a channel up in 30 minutes. It's not a big deal. Okay. So she dropped her channel. She had her first live. She had the nerve, you guys, to use her name, which everyone knew her as, which is Arkansas Bestie. Now, she probably made the bestie part because she was a fan of Jess, but I don't know. You know, when you're growing up, like years ago, they'd have those like best friend necklaces, and like some of them would say besties. So Jess didn't coin the word besties. Okay. It's what a lot of people say that they are with their best friends. It's like we're besties. That's how a lot of people talk. So, anyways, that was her name that people knew her in the chat and, on Twitter or wherever was her name. Well, she put that, I guess, in the title or something, and that made Machado like very mad, like big old mad. Okay. So I have learned today that they are going to have a funeral, not for Kane this time. And we see what that did. He's still here. Okay. So they're going to have another funeral, but not for Kane or a person, but for the term besties. And they're not going to be besties anymore. They're sticking to the rabid bunnies. So now they're only bunnies. And you know whose fault that is? It's Arkansas Besties. How old are we? These are literally, well, she's 50 years old now. Her following 50 up mostly. And this is how we're acting. Guys, this is so stupid. It's so dumb. But also, today, she doxed Arkansas Bestie. And this is no secret. I think doxing is gross. I think anybody who does it has no life. I think you literally need to be more creative, and to think that you should go and dox someone's personal name who hasn't put it out there, that's disgusting. We know a lot of people who do that, who have done that in this community, and it's vile. Okay? So she did that today, like multiple times. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few weeks ago she said, "Oh, I've never doxed anyone. I wouldn't do that. That's not me." Ma'am, you've done it before, and here you are doing it again. But, I'm sorry. We should drink like Machado. Anyways, it's gross. So that was done today, and we're gonna listen to some of the stuff she says. And like I normally do, I will pause it. Now, before I do that, I want to let you guys know that Arkansas Bestie is going to be on Baker tonight at 8 Central, 9 Eastern time. So go watch it. I don't think they're talking about anything. I don't really think Arkansas Bestie has talked about her really at all. But her existence is really upsetting to Machado. Okay. The fact that she would be nice and have civil conversations with my friend Bahala, who, by the way, is nice to everyone. If you know him, he floats around in chats all around. He's a nice guy. He doesn't care if you're maybe aligned with certain people. He doesn't care. He floats around. He goes and chats. And he'll comment and he'll say things, and he's nice. You saw him on my channel. He was nice to Kane. That's who he is. Again, they don't know that because they don't know these people. But I guess he was being supportive of Arkansas Bestie because Machado is Machado, and we all know what was going to happen to her. And certainly it has. And so I guess he showed his support and was like, if you need anything, you let me know. So she had him on her channel, and they talked about goats, guys. They talked about goats. But apparently can't talk about goats because his sheer existence pissed her off. So you'll hear some more of that stuff. Okay, we're gonna go over it. So let me find it. It's a few clips, and I didn't even get through the whole stream because I can't. It's too much, and she wasn't even on like She wasn't even in yelling mode today. She was still equally as annoying, halfway calm. But anyways, I didn't get through it all. But we're gonna listen to some.
Of who I was going to attack first, what I was going to
Oop, cut it off. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Or putting out the notion of who I was going to attack first, what I was going to do. I saw that. I saw you all. And I loved nothing more than disappointing you. I loved hearing the broken baker the next day say he was disappointed, like that. Like, I thought she was going to go. Are we not disappointed she didn't go harder? Desired effect achieved, loser. Desired effect achieved. You think I'm going to come out here and hand you what you want right then and there? You're going to wait for it. You're going to wait until I serve it to you. And then you're going to eat it all up. And
I'm gonna need for Machado not to be descriptive about food ever again. Okay, that was gross. I probably won't eat for 2 days.
What they also don't understand is that the bunnies are a patient people. And
I just want to pause this and just hang on, address this one. So Betty, yes, for Oceans. Cajun came in here yesterday and apologized to me. I've never had an issue with her. I didn't even know who she was. That's why I was surprised when I saw her like doxing me in a chat. I could care less. There's nothing personal there. She actually has left Machado as well. I don't think Machado knows it yet. Surprise! A lot of people are leaving her, and it's not going to be the last. Okay, so like she's apparently on this side now. What precipitated that, I don't know. I don't know her motives. All I know is that she came in here and said, "I'm sorry. I have no excuse." To me, that goes a long way. She didn't come in here trying to blame people. She didn't come in here trying to say, "Well, they were telling me this and da 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 da, and I didn't really do this and blah 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 blah," like Oceans did. She just came in here and said, "I'm sorry for the things I said about you. I have no excuse." So I said, we're good. We're good. And we're good. So she allegedly is not part of the bunny people anymore. I just want to clarify that because I think a lot of people didn't know that. Now, what she chooses to do in the future, people can watch, people can not trust her, whatever, but at least give her the space to redeem herself. Again, I think a lot of how someone apologizes means a lot more than other people who try to make excuses for it and can't take responsibility. Again, also, it's not that deep. I didn't even know her. And so I thought it was nice that she came in here and said that. So anyways, but so she is in here some, and she's in other people's chats. I think some people know she's left that space, but some people haven't. So I just wanted to correct the record on that one.
they all understood and knew what was happening. And they were patient, and they will wait, and they will watch, and they will listen, and they will get it. And I don't think anybody needed to explain it to the bunnies. It's just you think that I don't have anything to say about what Arkansas Bestie is doing? Come on. What do you?
Also, was this not Kane like last night? The people who were here that saw this person, it had the same we had the same little emoji who was like shit talking me last night. I swear it was like Kane or 7-Eleven. They were like making fun of the fact that I didn't have a whole lot of people in here on a late night stream and nobody could care less. Anyways, hey, if mods can just watch them, and if they say some shit, just I'm not playing around with people. And again, I think it's funny that you're saying that now because she's apparently not on your side. So just watch this screen name with this whatever. Thanks, guys.
Come on. How could I not say anything about someone that that flipped on me in such a crazy way, deceived me. How could I not have thoughts or words to share about someone who pretended to be a friend?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll wait. Go ahead and tell me how she pretended to be a friend. Also, you need to know that I've never spoken to Arkansas Bestie. I don't know her from Adam, never spoken to her a day in my life. But I like to call bullshit out when it's bullshit. So was she pretending to be your friend when she was supporting you financially? Or was she pretending to be your friend when she was in your chats every stream? Or was she pretending to be a friend when she was saying, hey, J7's saying these really gross things? That kind of seems like what a friend would do, and more like a business partner too. So, but let me go ahead and listen more while you pretend to be a victim of something. Okay.
Only to not have been a friend at all. You think I talk about the smallest of things to the biggest of things. You think that I'm not going to discuss that? You think that I'm not going to dissect that? You think that I'm not going to talk about it? You think I'm not going to share the screenshots? Are you out of your mind? Of course.
Oh no, we know you love to share screenshots and personal conversations that are not yours to share. We know that. You did it to Turtle Boy multiple times and multiple other people like Cyber Chick. Cause why? Because they left you.
Of course I am. Just not now. Because what you guys don't understand, and what I am confident absolutely nobody else knows other than me, unless
That's interesting, right? It's kind of like the whole thing of Baker's such a perv, but you guys don't know it, but I do. The stuff you know, or the stuff I know, you guys don't know, but just wait. Because once you see it, you'll see what a perv he is, right? Remember all that? Remember all the receipts that were in a safety deposit box in the bank that no one ever saw because they never existed? She's saying the same thing here. So now she knows something that we don't know about Arkansas Bestie. And when it comes out, everyone's going to understand. Okay.
unless for the same amount of time she was talking with somebody else with the same intensity. What you don't understand and what nobody else will understand is that Katie is going to sabotage.
Katie is Arkansas Bestie. This is how she referred to her on Sunday, just like she did with Baker. She thought she had like a big mic drop. These people all think they have mic drop moments when, like, congrats, you work Google fine. You know how to use Google. You get a sticker for participation. So she referred to her Sunday as Katie. Then that wasn't good enough. Today she drops her last name because she's gross.
Herself. Okay, she is going to sabotage herself probably sooner than later.
Projection, guys, just straight projection.
And I think first of all, I understand most people here already can see what we're talking about, but there's a whole other layer to Katie that I don't think anybody has ever seen. I have seen that.
Guys, she sees everything because she's never wrong. She can pick out someone and she's never, ever wrong about them. She'll tell us that again later, just as a warning. But there's a side that you guys have never seen that this one's have seen. But yet she was still equally as close to her before she went on vacation. But apparently she was seeing all these horrible things. Okay.
Is aware of it. It is what always made me stand back a little bit from her.
I'm sorry. What? When were you standing back from her? You weren't. This is part of the delusion. Sorry, my neighbor is clearing out the motor on his boat. He must have just got back from from the beach. If it's loud, that's what that is. Anyways, so again, it's same narrative, different person.
It is always what prevented me from really ever going all in and being friendly with her.
Ma'am, we all watched it. This is straight lies, ridiculousness. You sound like a lunatic.
Because there are behaviors and things that I have seen that automatically made me feel like, okay, sure. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what her goal is here. Is she let's see. She's going on Broken Baker tonight. Yeah. So here's the thing. So this is why I never said a word about Katie. If I had come right from the get and started going hard at her and dropped all of this knowledge and started saying all of these things, right? And then she went and had a guest on her show that accuses me of theft. If she went on the show of somebody who I clearly have, like, you know, a public discord with, then you would all be able to say that those choices.
Hey, Betty, I literally addressed that. So, like, please don't try to push it off on Valhalla. That's my choice. Now, Oceans, I have strong feelings about her. But all I know is that Common or Kamen is everywhere. She partakes in all of the creators, and there's nothing wrong with that. We don't have a mob cult mentality here. Everyone is welcome here unless they're saying nasty things, and she has never said nasty things. She's always supported this channel. And with Cajun, she apologized to me yesterday for her motives of doing so and leaving that group are her own. I don't care, but she's apparently not with them anymore and wants nothing to do with them, and she's also welcome here too. Now, Oceans, I don't think she's coming in here anytime soon because she knows how I feel about her. But the other two, just back off of them, please. There's no reason. You don't have to like them, and other people don't have to feel the way I feel. But in my chat, they're welcome, and they've been nothing but respectful. So if that changes, then, you know, but it's not Valhalla's responsibility to. I mean, that's how I feel. So, and I understand why you feel differently. Everyone's allowed to feel however they want, but they are welcome here. So, all right.
And decisions she made were a result of the words and the things that I said. But I have not said a word about her. And in that space and time where I have kept my mouth shut and I have said nothing, she has made those decisions, not based on anything I ever did, based on her own ethics and values. So she has chosen to platform Valhalla without me ever saying a word.
Yeah, how dare her platform a vet who's nice to everyone? Yeah, Betty, I don't listen. I was shocked as you when she came in here yesterday because she was just in my chat like last week, shit talking me. Like I said, I don't know what her motives are. I don't really care, to be honest. She's welcome in here as long as she's nice. I have people who still like Machado in here, and they're welcome as long as they're not shit talking people in here. I get why you feel that way, and you know, like I said, I don't claim to know her motives, and I don't really care. I didn't even know who she was until she doxed my name on a chat. And no, and that's fine. You do not have to forgive. And I don't forget. There's a big difference. Remember, we talked about this on the other stream. Like, there's a big difference. But she also, she told me she was going to reach out to him, and she planned to do the same as she did with me. I told her, you know, he may or may not accept any of that, but I think it was a good thing to do. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, guys. I get you guys can feel however you want to about Cajun, and you're all entitled to have that feeling. All I'm saying is just be respectful in here because she's being respectful in here. Give her a chance to. She's saying she's not with them anymore. She doesn't have that thought process that they do. Give her a chance. If she's an asshole tomorrow, then she's an asshole tomorrow. But again, this is the type of stuff Jess does. Like no one, Jess doesn't allow people to think that they can go around and go to other chats, and that's something that I don't sign off on. I think that's stupid. You should be able to go wherever. So anyways, it doesn't matter. Again, she didn't come in here trying to justify her behavior to me. That's what made me accept her apology. It's really not that deep. She just came in here and owned her shit, and that's nice. She didn't pull an Ocean. So anyways, you don't have to like her. I totally get it. No one has to like her. Time will tell, but just be respectful in here. Everyone's welcome. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right, guys, let's get back to this one. This is again, I think we're getting sidetracked on all this stuff. Let's get back to this because this is one of the agents of chaos trying to now pick on someone else because she had the nerve to leave or maybe change her viewpoint on things. So also that's a good point. Val is also in J7's chat most of the time. People are in chats for different reasons. So it's not that deep, guys. It's really not. Okay. Oh, hold on. I lost my place. I did too much talking, and now we're going to have to find our place.
Okay. She is going to sabotage herself probably sooner.
Find where.
Let's see. She's going on Broken Baker tonight. Yeah. So here's the thing. I went hard at her and dropped all of this knowledge and started saying all of these things, right? And then she went and had a guest on her show that accuses me of theft. If she went on the show of somebody who I clearly have, a public discord with, then you would all be able to say that those choices and decisions she made were a result of the words and the things that I said. But I have not said a word about her. And in that space and time where I have kept my mouth shut and I have said nothing, she has made those decisions, not based on anything I ever did, based on her own ethics and values. So she has chosen to platform Valhalla without me ever saying a negative word about her. She had made the decision to go on Broken.
But you did Sunday. You said a few negative things about her and some really underlying comments that a lot of us picked up on, even Jolene. But okay.
Baker's show without me ever uttering a word about her. That needed to happen. So for people who were again, salivating and chomping at the bit and waiting and wanting me to, go all crazy, I'm not an idiot.
Okay. So this is the real reason why she didn't go apeshit on Sunday on Arkansas Bestie is because she knew that we thought she was going to do that because that's what she does all the time. So it wasn't because she wanted anybody to see anything. It was because she didn't want to give anybody what they thought was going to happen. So it wasn't her being a halfway decent person. It was just her not wanting to feed the inner. She knew Jolene was literally she thought she was streaming her immediately, right away. And that's why she didn't do it. Come to find out, Jolene hardly played any of her stuff, which she was pretty pissed about.
And I wanted to be able to see her behaviors and see what she did. It's not disappointing. It's obvious. Did I think that she would do it like this fast, like this crazy? I'll be honest with you. At first, no. But reflecting on some things now and everything is hindsight 2020. Yes, 100%. And so what we're going to do is we are just going to sit back and say nothing. The team, and we have a team, which, by the way, Katie always said, why do you need a team? You don't need a team. Yet she has a team. You know, the team.
She needs a team because she's lazy. That's why.
Knows all of it. They know everything.
Also, having one person help you is not a team, ma'am. She's a new YouTuber. Baker helps me with my IT problems. That's not a team. But okay, go ahead and try to make yourselves the same again, just like you did with Jolene. You guys are the same now. It's the same stuff.
Actually, not everything. And I'm just going to sit back and watch. I wish her the best. I think it's going to, I just know how this is going to all end. I know how it's going to work out.
She is so smart, you guys. She is never wrong. She has never been wrong about anyone or their character. She knows I think it's right now that she might get a little gaudy, like a little religious-y, gaudy, which made me want to vomit in my mouth. Let's see if it's right now.
Unfortunately, because when you do things like this, in this kind of like vindictive, weird kind of
wait, I'm sorry. Do things like what? Like contact a supporter that you like, want to give money to them and support them and be in their chat and think that you're friends with them when you do things like that. And then the same supporter or the same content creator tells you should go out and have a channel. You should do a channel. And then you do a channel. When you do that, like the content creator told you should, that's what she's talking about when you do things like that. Huh. Okay.
way. Like, God's not going to let it work out for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, the greater power looks at all of this stuff, and he's just never going to allow you to thrive when you do it to, like, for other people.
I'm sorry. What was that? She's telling us what God doesn't like when people do? When they're mean to other people? Seek help.
Or you do it and hurt people in the process. So we're just going to let her do her thing. And, you know.
As opposed to what? It's a free country. She has freedom of speech. She can do whatever the heck she wants to do. You don't have any effect on what she does. You're going to let her do her thing. Oh, that's so nice of you. As if you had another choice.
I hope she gets out of it exactly what she wants. I will tell you, because there isn't one piece of documented anything where I said a bad word about this woman. I never said anything negative.
So interesting to me that she takes it there. No one said you did. No one showed anything. That's you being scared, ma'am. Your fear is showing.
Negative against her. I never discouraged her from starting a channel. I actually, on the opposite, I encouraged her to do that.
You did.
Everything.
But now you're shitting on her because she did what you encouraged her to do. Because she didn't do it in the exact manner that you wanted her to do. If that's not some dictatorship, I don't know what is.
I ever said to her was appropriate. And I was always extremely grateful and thankful for everything that she did for me.
Yeah, that really shows. Really shows. You'll see. It'll show more, even more, guys. We'll see how grateful she was for it. You know, just be patient.
And we wish her well. And that's it. Good luck. Clover. Just a Clover. You're right, Lauren Tansey. Clover. It's okay. However, with that being said, I'll make the announcement now, and I don't know if we're going to be able. We are going to work towards having another show this week, or 2 shows.
Guys, she has a sniffles, so she couldn't go to court. Shocking. She's also not talking about the case that she was so allegedly interested in because she has a cold. So, but now she's having a funeral this week. So, just thought you should know. She didn't follow through with any of that either.
It's all contingent on how I'm feeling. So tonight isn't going to be one of them, but maybe tomorrow night, I think we might do a show. So I have 2 shows that I would like to get knocked out this week. The first is we're going to do a replay of the exit interview with Aiden. For some reason, I thought it was only
because one can't get enough of that. The amount of times that she has admitted to watching that again is embarrassing. You sounded crazy the first time, you sounded crazy the third, the fourth, the fifth, and it's going to be the same for the 12th. So now she's going to re-air that and talk about it again. She is obsessed with him.
an hour long, but it's actually 2 hours long. So we're going to need 2 hours to get that done, and a little bit more, because obviously we're going to stop and we're going to have a discussion on it. I'm going to give my thoughts on the things that were said during the exit interview, and we're going to have a panel of guests that are going to also give their take on it. I actually don't think it's too late to do this. I think it's actually just the perfect time. So we're going to do a exit interview recap, and that might be tomorrow night. As long as I'm feeling like I can talk that long.
So as long as she's feeling she can talk that long, she's going to do the exit interview. Meanwhile, this stream is 3 hours of her driving around, not saying anything about anything. Okay.
So that's that. And then the second is we're going to do a show, little bit more casual. We're going to have a funeral. Now, those of you who have been around.
That's original. Okay.
For a long time, not a long time. You remember the Kane funeral, right? It's epic. Even Kane loved it. It was great. We have to have another funeral. Now, I thought long and hard about this one. And it's not an easy one for me. Kane was easier. Kane was easy. It was very easy to say, we're burying this, it's time to move on. This one is a little bit more personal to me. But it needs to be done. We're going to have a funeral for the word bestie. And we're going to bury it. And we're going to dispose of it. And we're going to be completely done with it. We are bunnies. And we're going to all just categorically move to the bunny label. And we are going to completely bury and dispose of the word bestie. Listen, we're doing a show here and we're talking. Let's not be stupid, okay?
Too late.
Katie's name was Katie, right? And she had 2 other names.
Katie's name was Katie? Yeah, that's usually how it works. Parents usually name their kids. Okay, good point. What's your next one? I can't wait. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
On YouTube. And when she started to reach out to me and she was in my chat and she started making the statements to me that she wanted to start donating money to me.
Isn't it interesting? Everyone always seeks her out, right? She doesn't do anything to perpetuate that at all. It's everyone coming after her.
Changed her name from whatever it was to Arkansas Bestie. Bestie is my tagline. I don't own that name. 100% I don't. But I've used Bestie since I was on WBSM. It was my
No one watched you on the radio. Okay? No one knows you from the radio. It's time to move on. Okay? You're like reliving something that was never cool, ma'am. And now you're making Arkansas Bestie a villain in your story that was never cool because you used the term bestie 15 years ago. Dude, grow up. Like, this is insane.
Tagline when I was on there, I was like, "Hi, besties," and everybody knows that. Even Esty, who kind of did a show and said something about Estes or whatever, apologized to me and said, like, "Yeah, I shouldn't."
Esty, did you do that? Please tell me you did not apologize for using a term besties. That's insane. That's insane. Okay. I use the word lovies in my real life. It's also in songs like Panic at the Disco. If you're a Panic fan, you know what I'm talking about. That doesn't mean I can't ever say that because Kim calls her people in the chat lovies. That's weird. You know who's not going to be upset about that? Kim, because she's an adult. This is weird.
Have done it, right? It was just like, it's common. Like, I'm not going to go out here and be like, "Okay, turtles," you know what I mean? Like, nobody, it's stupid. It's
because nobody calls ourselves turtles, weirdo.
Absolutely ridiculous. So Katie would like to use Arkansas Bestie. She's not asking for permission. She's just doing it.
She doesn't have to. That was her screen name. How many people have we seen in chat that change their screen name? One in the chat if you've ever changed your screen name, guys. She's acting like this is some motive that's been set up for like a freaking crime. One in chat if you've ever changed your screen name. I could tell you literally 5 people off the top of my head right now that change their screen name regularly. So because she changed it a year ago, because she watches your channel and everyone calls, yeah, there's a freaking million ones. Put them in there, guys. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is so stupid. So dumb. She's not giving it up. She didn't ask. She doesn't have to ask your permission. You may think you're mommy, but she doesn't. She's a grown-ass woman.
Right to do it. I'm done with it now. I'm done with it now. We're done with Bestie. She can have it. And so we're going to have a funeral for Bestie. And that's it. We don't want to use that anymore. It actually, I've outgrown it anyway. I've always kind of felt like I've outgrown it. Some hater said something on the internet one day about like, who uses the term bestie? And like, I don't know who it was. It was like a fake profile. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Like, it's kind of like old. Bunnies it is. So let's just.
But wasn't that her like term? She came up with besties from like so long ago when she was a radio person for a minute. But now she's like, yeah, you're right. Maybe you're right.
Separate from that. Like, instead of like her feeling like she has the power that she can take it, she did a whole show and said like, you don't own the word. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. We cannot stop you, but we can stop ourselves from using it. And now you can have it because you're not an original bitch. You copycat everything. Try something different. So that's it. So we're not.
Says the person who is literally trying to make a Just Machado network, just like KLF or KMS, whoever those people are, is talking about Arkansas Bessie not having an original thought in her head. Ma'am, you are literally trying to create the same thing Turtle Boy did and KMS. Okay.
Not going to. I didn't mean like bitch like that. I meant like an original bitch. You know what I mean? Like I'm just. I can't control other people, but I can control myself. And so bye back.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. This one says she can control herself. Oh, okay. Well, this is actually something brand new for her, but okay.
Correct, and bye, bestie. And we're blessing and releasing it. We're burying it, and we're moving on. And it's bunnies. Now, if you want to come at bunnies, Katie, then we'll take it. We'll take it from there.
She created bunnies now. Nobody say anything about bunnies. Definitely don't make your screen name your name and bunny afterwards. I would not suggest doing that at all. Definitely don't do that. Woo! Then she'll take it from there.
Bestieverse now be Bunnyverse. That's it. I make a motion on the floor for people to change it to Bunnyverse, please, or the Bunny Burrow, or the Bunny Hutch, or something like that. Bestieverse is no longer. It's going to be part of the funeral. We can't have it. It belongs to her now. Let her have it. Let her have it. Let her have it. And that was a pretty easy. As soon as I saw the show where it said you don't own the word bestie, what was it called or something? I knew right away. That was like
nothing gets past you, Machado. Not a thing.
Some sort of like a move to say, like, you know, I can do this too. And like, I guess my question is, why would you want to? I would rather die than not be an original bitch. You know what I mean? Like I would rather die than copy someone.
Oh my God.
It's in my song. It's like how I am. Like I would rather not, I would never show my face.
You don't show your face 95% of the time.
Instead of copy someone. You know what I mean? Like I would just rather do nothing. I could never. Everything has to come from my own mind, my own head, my heart, my imagination. Like I could never.
Your delusion.
So it's just so, I don't know. Yeah, there's so many things.
Very
soon. It's not the time.
Very soon.
It is not the time. It is not the place. I am always confident I'm on the right side of things. I haven't been wrong yet, by the way, just so you know. If anybody's keeping score, who have I been wrong about? I know how it's going to go.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Who could you have ever been wrong about? This is why she thinks she's never wrong, because even though she's proven wrong, she never believes it. Oh my God. What is it like to live in this world that she has? I don't understand. Let me read some super chats and then we'll get to the next video. All right. Emma from Hawaii. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for gifting 30 jewels for a flower. And we have Caminus. I feel like I'm not saying that right at all. I'm just going to call you Cam because I think some other people in the chat were calling you that. Cam, thank you for gifting 2 jewels for a silver star. Kelly never gifted 30 jewels for a flower. Thank you, Kelly. Gwen Schaefer. Hey, girl. Gifted 550 jewels. Stay hydrated. Yes, I'm always drinking like tons of water. And everyone else stay hydrated because it's hot out there. Beth Chicken Wing has been a member for a month and said, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Beth. Good to see you. Send it to Daryl. Stop it. I love that name because I am a Vanderpump fan. And that was probably the funniest ever in that. I can't. Anyways, I think I've told you that before. Anyways, she sends $10 and says, with everyone suddenly supporting AB, I have to ask if the outrage over Baker is real or just an excuse to hate JM. AB Hubs asks teens about, yeah. Everyone seems fine with it. I don't think that. I've heard a lot of people say that was weird. That was cringe. Help me understand. I don't think you have to have. 2 things can be true. He can have made some bad judgment and said something and not thought about it. I think we've all done that. Now that's weird. It is weird what he said, but I don't know him. I don't claim to know him. I think that was weird and it probably just came out. I've heard actually a lot of people say that was weird and not appropriate and all of that, but I don't think that makes her a bad person. Also, everyone was very outraged about Baker. I still am. He's one of my good friends. That's why I came out and said something about her the first time and did a stream about her. And everyone else felt the same way too. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't think people say stupid things that come out. And I think, you know, I don't know these people. Never had a conversation with them. I'm not going to justify anything other than I know how it is to be attacked from Machado just because. Most of us out here have been attacked if we've disagreed with her. And so now I see it happening to someone else who didn't do anything but leave really her like club on her own and start a channel like she encouraged her to do. So this is the latest victim. Now, it doesn't mean you have to like everything about her. I don't know her. She's never done anything to me. She seems fine to me. We'll get to know her more on Baker's tonight. But I don't claim to speak for her or her husband. But I think two things can be true also. Thank you. Send it to Daryl. Miss VUSMC, how are you, babe? Thank you. She gifted 5 Common Sense Investigator memberships. You guys, congratulations who are members now. I have member emojis and I send out like a lot of pictures to you guys, which I need to do. Haven't done it in like a week. To my members so they can kind of see what's going on in my life. And so thank you so much. Miss Abibable, how are you? She set 10 jewels for the hiding. Yes, thank you. Holly Mack has been a member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Yay, 1 month already. Holly, thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. Kit Kat Suki, floating heart, 10 jewels. Thank you, Kit Kat. Patty Jane gifted 2 jewels for a silver star. Thank you, Patty. Rods. Quills Betty. Okay. Gifted 67 jewels. 67. Thank you, Rods. Biomeds Bodies, Bear Brow, and Bora something. BBBB. Thank you so much for gifting 200 jewels for some sunshine. We all need some vitamin D. Thank you very much. Southwest Florida, 200 jewels for jamming. What's up, girl? And Southwest Florida also gifted 440 jewels for an Unk Alert. Thank you so much. Kristen has been a member for 2 months. She said 126.36. Can we listen to that part on her stream after? Yes, just remind me. This is stuff I just what is it called? Screen recorded. So I'm not on her actual stream. I don't want to give her another view, but I'll go and we can listen to that part after I'm done with the recordings. Yes, just remind me. Thank you. Michelle's 3 boys has been a member for 1 month. Happy 1 month. I am no therapist, but she needs medication. Guarantee she will use Bestie tomorrow. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Michelle. Cam sent 10 more jewels for a floating heart. Thank you, Cam. 1977 Felicia, hey girl, she gifted 5 Common Sense Investigator memberships. Excellent. Welcome to the new members, and thank you, Felicia, for supporting the channel. You guys are the best. All right, let's see here. All right, let's get to this one. Let's see what she has to say.
Girl, the MVP of spaces. If you didn't watch Jessica Walsh's show last night, she replayed an epic space where it's just these people are so crazy. And
wait, Nurse Kim was in whose chat? In Machado's? Yeah.
And it's the way that they talk about things with, I'd be embarrassed if I like sat on a show and said something and like it with conviction, like with my whole chest, and be like, Jessica worked nights at Victoria's Secret. Like, what are you? Get your facts right, weirdos. Just get your facts right. It's so straight. Their shit is stale. It's just so weird. But True Crime Fangirl, I actually thought I gave her wrench back. I will do it. Let her do the bunnies thing too. I don't care. Listen, I am constantly able to adjust and change, and you can't
Guys, I see there's some Discord in the chat. If you don't like what people are saying, I can't stop and kind of control them. They're gonna have their own opinion. So just block people if they're annoying you and their comments. Like everybody can do it, and that way you don't have to see it and you can enjoy your time, and the mods don't have to be like the police, because everybody can say what they want to say as long as it's respectful. They can have their own opinion. Just block them, and that way you don't have to deal with it. Let me go back and find my place here.
Watched Jessica Walsh's show last night. I will leave the dissecting of what Katie Rusin has done to me to the general public.
It's gross. Jessica, that's gross. Like, you're gross. Also, don't sit here and try to gaslight people and say, oh, I've never doxed anyone. I don't do that. Bitch, you just did it again. Stop it. That's gross. You're 50. You should be ashamed of yourself. Get a life. If that's how you feel like you have to use your control and you be a bully by doxing people. Grow up. That's nasty. You're gross.
Others look at that, figure that out, talk about it, and I will listen and I'll watch and I'll think about, but I will not say anything about it. I will not. It is definitely something that needs to be looked at because how a person can befriend you out of nowhere, right? Like, I never sought out this person. Seek me out, find me, befriend me.
Seek you out, find you, and give you money and be a friend to you. But somehow you're crying about that now. Why? Because she started a channel when you were on vacation and you couldn't make the time to read her email, which basically pretty much said she was going to be doing that if you just read it. Okay, sure. But go ahead. Tell me about how you're a victim. I'm all ears. Let's hear it again.
Finance me, always forever say, didn't want to do anything like this, wanted to stay out of the drama, and then thinks that I am of the intellect where having Valhalla on her show and going on Baker's show is not being part of the drama. Like,
ma'am, they talked about goats. She showed her cute little chicks. They didn't talk about the drama. She can have whoever she wants on. Maybe she realized how vile you and that side were and saw how nice Valhalla was when he came on your stream and you attacked him, and he's a vet and she respects that. Maybe that's that, huh? Maybe she feels bad. I don't know. These are my thoughts, thinking out loud. Maybe she feels bad because you attacked Baker and said gross things about him. Huh? Do you ever think of that? Maybe it's not all about you, but everything you think is about you. I got news for you. People don't care. The only reason they hate watch is because what you say is so ridiculous and delusional that it's mind-blowing, also funny at times because it's so far out there.
I mean, here is my very open message to her. Like, we all see what you're doing, and it is defining your character. It is defining who the public thinks you are. And
ma'am, she's got good views. She's got the views, Jess. Apparently, the public doesn't think too bad of her, huh? Okay, that's also the good thing. I will say, Arkansas Bestie, if you're listening, you are at a good. I know this is not pleasant that she's coming after you. It's gross, but you did it at a good time because everyone pretty much sees how she is. Like, at the beginning of it, people didn't see who she was so much, and now even her own bunnies are leaving because they are seeing who she is. So you're at a good place. You're at a good time, and it's mostly jealousy. Okay, she doesn't like pretty ladies. She definitely doesn't like rich pretty ladies. So you're a threat to her.
And they don't even know the real you yet. Wait until they know the real you, right? So I know the real you. I know. Wait until they see. Wait until they get it.
Exact same stuff she said about Baker. Oh, wait till everyone sees what he's done. I've contacted people in his town. I know things you don't know. Oh, I know things that you don't know that I've heard from 7-Eleven. Just wait. Oh, it'll all make sense. We heard the same thing. Guess what? There was never anything. You're lying. Stop it. But now you're doing it against somebody who never did anything to you, but support you and give you money.
You know, but like these decisions and the things that you're doing, they speak to your character. So I don't care. And I hold the cards with this. You know what I mean? It is.
Bitch, you hold no cards. You have no cards to hold. Again, you can't talk about how terrible someone was and yet pretend that you were best friends with them for months and take their money and then say, oh, I hold the cards because I know all the secrets of the person that I was best friends with and took all their money. Pick one. It doesn't work both ways. Like, you don't have anything, just like you didn't have anything on Baker. We've seen this play before. We've seen this. We were here for this rerun multiple times. And now we're hearing it again. And no one believes anything you say. All your credibility is gone. Nobody is believing anything you're saying. You hold no cards. Again, that's delusion.
Listen, I would not be honest if I didn't say that it kind of at first blindsided me.
Don't tell Machado. She'll be big mad, guys. Don't tell her that our video's featured. Thank you, Tina.
And I was like, why would I couldn't believe it. Listen, between you and me, I was like, what? What? Oh my God, what? But
I thought you weren't shocked. I thought you knew she was going to do something like this and it made sense. Everything you say contradicts itself.
you have to go back to the past 6 months. You have to go back to the conversations, the text messages, all of the other things. And you look at this and you go, Jessica, you know that there were things being said and you know there were behaviors and you were cringing at them. And you knew you were like, ew, no, like, oh my God.
I'm sorry. Did she say she was cringing at Arkansas Bestie's behavior? I think she has them mixed. Does she have Arkansas Bestie and 7-Eleven mixed up here right here? Certainly she has to, right? Because I'm sorry. You're cringing at the things Arkansas Bestie did? She didn't do anything. She was a normal human being. One that was very kind to you. What are you talking about? Listen, for all the haters out there, which I know you're out there, everything that she's doing to Arkansas Bestie right now, if you go against her, you have any difference of opinion, she's going to do the same damn thing to you. What you're seeing right now will happen to you. Just like it happened to Cyber Chick, it's going to happen to you.
No, like, you know that. I know that. Jeff knows that. We had almost like a little emergency situation one time, and I will not going to explain it, but like
an emergency situation, like when you had to call the EMS because he was standing up while sitting and had a heart attack and while laughing, that you had the footage for, that you FOIA'd because you wanted the video of the first responders, but then you never shared it. That emergency, what are you talking about?
We're just like, oh my God. So no, not real emergency, but like her plane was delayed and she was like, oh, I'm like thinking we could just come to you guys and stay with you guys. And I was just like, What? No. What? No.
Oh, you mean like what a friend does? Okay. That y- Tell me you've never had a real friend without telling me you've never had a real friend. This lady more than likely thought you were her real friend because you were telling her you were her real friend, acting like she was your real friend. Again, just like you do with all your bunnies, telling them to text you. She was supporting you financially. And then now you're going to try and talk shit about her because her flight was delayed. And she's like, oh, maybe we'll just come there with you. And you're like, no, oh my God, ew. Okay. Well, if my friend, like legit friend, who I talk to every day, like you like to throw out, their flight got delayed, and in my town, I'd be more than willing to be like, yeah, that's cool. Come, I got an extra room for you. I'm sorry. How is this outrageous? How is this? The fact that you acted like that after acting that she was your friend for months and months while taking all of her and her husband's money says everything about you and nothing about Arkansas Bestie. I want to hear that part again. Again. Listen real close to that. I don't know. You guys who have friends out there, let's listen to this.
Just like, what? No. What? No.
Didn't go back far enough.
No. No.
Hmm.
So, while yes, on the surface, it kind of
Hold
stings.
on.
You know that. I know that Jeff knows that. We had almost like a little emergency situation one time, and I will not going to explain it, but like,
Oh, this was the emergency situation, guys. Oh, God. What an emergency. Your friend's plane is delayed, and they were like, oh, maybe we'll just come and stay with you. Also, I don't know if you know, Jess, but I'm pretty sure Arkansas Bestie and her husband could afford a hotel. They were probably just wanting to see you because they thought you were friends. But you didn't. You just liked her money, huh?
we were just like, oh my God. So, no, like, no, not a real emergency, but like, her plane was delayed, and she was like, oh, I'm like thinking we could just come to you guys and stay with you guys. And I was just like, what? No. What? No. No. No.
Okay. So you've never had a real friend before then, right? Because that doesn't seem that outlandish. If you talk to someone every day, like you have said, and she and her husband are giving you like what you alleged $5,000 a month, something like that, and also super chats, and they're thinking that they actually have a friend in you, and they say something like that. Like Valhalla says, that's supposed to be a flex. It doesn't make you look cool. It makes you look like a terrible friend because you are. So again, miss me with that. What she did is normally what a friend that sounds very friend behavior. And in fact, if my friend had a missed flight in my town, not only would that not be weird if she said that, it would be weird if I didn't say, do you need to stay here for the night? Because that's what you do when you're friends. So again, everything you do on the internet is fake. It's all for the money. And this is gross behavior. So now you're attacking this woman because she supported you and viewed you as a friend because you acted like she was your friend.
So, while yes, on the surface, it kind of stings and stuff like that, there were signs. There were signs. There's just so many other things too. Whatever. There's no, it's whatever. There's just one day, one day.
Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop.
One day, one day, one day.
So in case no one's clear, this is a threat. One day she's gonna tell all the stories that make Arkansas Bestie this crazy person, just like she said with Baker. And spoiler alert, guys, that day's not coming because there isn't anything. Just like there wasn't with Baker. It's in a safety deposit box at a bank.
Day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It'll all make sense. Can you imagine being like, I never said a bad word about Jess, and like, I wish her well, and I've nothing bad.
I haven't heard her say a bad thing about you. That's the thing. But I've heard you say a lot of bad things about her.
About her. Hold on a second while I get on Broken Baker Street. Listen, I got 1,000 messages from you where you were drama. Don't lie and say you're not in the drama. You're in the drama.
Again, you do drama. That's what you do. So when that's all you talk about and your friends text you, yeah, there's probably going to be some drama there. Is that supposed to shock anyone? What does that matter? That's what you do. You do drama. You don't do anything else. That's what you do. You strictly do drama. And then you're going to shame someone because she was texting you things that might have been drama? And she thought you were her friend? Again, this only makes you look bad. I got news for you. It doesn't make her look bad. It makes you look bad.
You're lie. You lie.
You know what's so funny is that it really upsets her, like, when Jolene goes over her content, the words that she says. She hates when we do this because we go over the words that she says, but she at no point ever takes responsibility for the words that she says. That is why she is here in the first place. She can't stop making people these villains and going after them, doxing them, looking up their names, their address, putting that all out there. I think 7-Eleven put this lady's address out there. Ma'am, it's your behavior that people don't like, the actions that you do. And then you get mad because other people go over your actions, your words, and point out the most absurdity and lies that you say in your own words. That alone is delusion. That's wild to me. If you don't like us going over your words, then change your words. It's not rocket science. You don't have to be some kind of a crazy. It's common sense. Common sense. It's insane.
All right. I want to give you the perfect example of a very similar situation. LTL and Mike Crawford. I've been saying like the nicest things about me, right? Because I'm on the other side of things with Aiden now. And as I explained this to you guys before, I think it speaks to character and integrity that I don't go over there and start partnering with those people. I don't.
Ma'am, you don't get a sticker because half your chat doesn't like them. You know that you would lose even more subs if you did that. And you also know they don't like you. And you also know that going over there would mean that you are wrong about them. And you died on that hill too. Just like you attacked LTL on your first stream. That was planned. That was for the views. So again, miss me with this. The reason you don't go over there is because it would mean that you were wrong and people would see right through it. It's not because anything about your character.
Think that it feels right to me. It feels not
It doesn't feel right to you because you know that they don't like you and that they are literally doing this to use you. You don't get a sticker or brownie points or a pat on the back for that. That's again your own pride.
Okay. And I understand they're further removed from Aiden than I am, right? It's been longer for them. And so I think they're probably ready to like welcome with open arms anybody who has like defected from that side or has been pushed away. And they're not wrong about that. You know what I mean? Like they're not wrong. And I have already talked about like having like my softened feelings for Brian and Mike having apologized and things. But like there is a thing here where it wouldn't feel right to just go and jump over there. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
And
definitely wouldn't
this
feel
is the
right.
perfect example.
Definitely wouldn't feel right when you lose another 500 subs. That probably wouldn't feel right to you, huh? Why don't you do that poll? See how many of your subs would like you going over there. It's not about integrity, not about character. Everything is about money to you. And guess who else knows that? Crawford and LTL. You know they don't like you. They're using you because they don't like Aiden and because they've been shit talking you while they've been saying nice things to you this whole time. Like a week before that, they were still shit talking you while they enjoyed the content you were saying about Aiden. Like, stop. No one's believing anything that you're saying.
Of like the difference between me and Katie Rusin. Katie Rusin.
Again, shame on you. Grow up. This is disgusting, vile behavior. This is all you have. You can't use that imagination, your original thoughts, Jess. You can't use those God-given things that God gave you to come up with actual things. You have to dox someone. That's gross.
Is thriving on these choices, thriving on going to the other side. And it's not authentic that it's like, I'm not drama, because then why isn't she on Moons' show? Or why isn't she on my show?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know her, but I could probably take a wild guess that she's not on Moons' show because Moons has been shit talking her and Moons is friends with 7-Eleven. Why is she not on your show? That's even harder. I don't know. Maybe because you're shit talking her all the time. Are these real questions? Oh my God. Make it stop.
For example, right? It's not true. And it's almost insulting to like the listening public.
For her. You are insulting to the listening public because we see right through what you're saying and we're dissecting your words and they contradict every step of the way. It is insulting to think that the public is this dumb. You have Cajun over here in the chat who has left because she was over it. You guys are trying to dig up every single thing upon everyone, all of their dirty laundry. You're trying to dig up on everyone because you have no original thought in your head. You have nothing else. You have to do the same thing that people who you used to hate and talk bad about and think bad about did on everyone else because it was the only power play move they had. Now, I'm just wondering how you're getting some of the information that you're getting it. If you didn't watch Cyberchick Boston's channel, she had a thought. Some people in the chat had a thought. And that would be real interesting if that were true. And in fact, if that were true, that'd be really against the law. I don't know if it is or not, but I do know that it would be against the law if that was how you're getting your information about these people. Could just be Google. Might not, though.
To continue to purport that it's anything other than like an absolute like act of war of what she's doing. Only it's.
Tell me you've never had real life problems in your life. When you think an act of war is declared upon you because someone named Arkansas Bestie, who used to be your friend, your person who supported you and gave you thousands of dollars a month, started her own channel and went on with someone who likes goats because she likes animals and they talked about nothing about you. Tell me that you have no real problems when you think that is war. Do you understand how ridiculous this sounds? Because we all see it. Like it's nutso. Yeah, get some real problems because you don't have any. Clearly, you think this is war because she started her own channel and literally hasn't said anything about you. Dear God.
War that I don't even care, have any interest in. I absolutely don't care whatsoever.
Is that why you've been talking for like 3 hours about it? Yeah, that tracks. Definitely don't care. And I'm going to continue to talk about it for another hour, apparently.
Can we get the new staircase, Bunny? Bunny, you should say that. Now that that is definitely something that I thought would be a good move. But in order for me to do that, I'd have to talk to you about Katie and the other staircase lady and how upset she was about that and how insecure she was about that. But we're not going to talk about that.
Is this you projecting because you don't have a staircase again? It's a staircase. No one cares. No one cares. No one believes you. You sound like a child. Grow up.
So we're just going to let her go. We are doing a bestie funeral. We're getting rid of that term. We're going to let her have it. We're just going to move on from it. Again, there's 1,000 things that you learn about a person who, texts you nonstop for 6 months. And
so now again, she's the bad guy for texting you for 6 months. Don't put your number out online and tell people to text you and then bitch about them texting you. Also, this woman you considered your friend. Stop trying to act like she was obsessed with you. And she literally threw you money every month. Like, can you say ungrateful? There's not enough ungrateful in the world to go around to show how ungrateful you are for everything. Like this woman is the epitome of ungrateful. It is mind-boggling. All this lady did was think that you were her friend and support your channel, and her and her husband supported you and invested in you. And now you are doing this and trying to play victim while making her out to be some crazy person, just like you do with everyone. Except no one buys that anymore. Come up with something new. Do something else that doesn't involve shitting all over people. And maybe everyone wouldn't go over your words and dissect what you say and how it's untrue and doesn't check.
I'm just, again, sit here and same thing with Aiden. I just sit back, let these people do their things. I've noticed now that I'm back on X and, it's taking me a while, but a lot of kind of comments now that I hadn't seen before, right? Or being tagged in things or.
You were set everything before. Like, stop it. You saw everything before because Moonsies, Poonsies, Doomsies, and all of them sent it to you.
People I know commenting on things about Aiden is so crazy when it comes to the stuff about it's so crazy the stuff that he's saying about me. It's
actually not crazy at all. It's all very accurate. We all saw it. Actually sooner than he saw it. Actually, that's what's funny is that she blames everything on Aiden when half of the community was out here saying it way before Aiden said it or even thought half of it, because he gives everyone the benefit of the doubt, and she gave up her seat for him, and he wants to see the good in people, and he doesn't see what's right in front of him sometimes. Like, all of us were saying this way before Aiden, but then because Aiden said it out loud, I guess later, then it's all he called everyone in. No, everyone was saying this before Aiden even said anything. Stop it. Like, you sound dumb. Really dumb. We all were saying this. He was a little slow to the party on this one, okay?
Absolutely wild. So again, I think this is why we need to she targeted your number one cute.
She probably ran, and when I say ran, she didn't run. She probably walked down to the beach the last day and grabbed all the crappy shells that the kids leave that were all torn apart. Because if you know anything about shells down here, we have real shells, like really nice shells. I've done shelling streams. You guys see the quality of shells that we have. If you're shelling every day, first of all, you wouldn't even take those. You would have whole shells. We have great shells down here, like world-class shells. Again, you're lying about stuff like shells and expecting everyone to believe everything else you say. It's weird.
Jessica Walsh, because she knew that would hit your heart. Just listen, Katie Rusin is using that.
You're gross. Stop doxing people. That's gross. Grow up. That's nasty.
As an excuse to go on her own because she could not do her show with me as part of her orbit. She needed to.
So she's using 7-Eleven to go on her own because she couldn't do her show with you in her orbit. None of those words make sense. That's a word salad. You just threw random words like Chad pizza together and called it a sentence. None of that makes sense. You can jumble them up again and they're still not going to make sense. What are you talking about? Chad pizza? I don't know. Like, just, she literally she's playing Chad pizza right now, guys. This is Jess's version of Chad pizza.
To create a fake narrative about Jessica Walsh so that she could have a reason to detach herself from me, or she thought.
No one needs a reason to detach themselves from you, in case you haven't noticed. You give everyone reasons daily to detach themselves from you. No one needs a reason. She also didn't need to use 7-Eleven for the reason. What?
I would detach myself from her, and when I didn't, she had no choice but to kind of follow through with the detaching herself from me by going on with these other people, because she's a very insecure person. And
yes, that's it. She's the insecure one. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely it, Jess. That is definitely it. It's definitely not you that's the insecure one. It's definitely not you who cannot handle anyone leaving you, not loving every single thing about you, or not being in your chats. Definitely not you who can't handle that anymore. But it's definitely the pretty rich lady with the family who just wants to laugh at stuff that is insecure. Okay. That makes total sense. Sure.
she does not want to be with me. She has to be against me.
Actually, she said the opposite. She said, I don't have to be against her and I don't have to say bad things about her because she hasn't said anything bad about you on her show. So what you're saying is simply not true again. She hasn't said one bad thing about you, but yet you're saying she has. The only one who said anything bad about anyone is you, about her. Because she had the nerve to talk to someone that you don't like. And you say Turtle Boy has a cult. Huh. Okay.
Other women in my orbit, like Dirty River, Dirty Water Diva.
Yep, definitely in your orbit because that's why you knew her name. Okay. Tell us who else is in your orbit.
Unlike Moons, unlike J7, unlike the other women.
I have thoughts. She doesn't like Moons. Okay. She always is putting her last on lists when Moons has done a whole lot for her. So at some point, Moons better watch out she doesn't do anything that Machado doesn't like, because she already doesn't like her. We'll see. We'll see if that plays out, but she doesn't like her whatsoever.
Here who are confident and comfortable and want to be around other women, and we do lift each other up. She could never do that. She couldn't.
All you do is tear other women down, especially anyone who's halfway attractive. That really bothers you. If they have your number, they're halfway attractive, or have something that you don't have, or something that threatens you, you tear them down. You won't do it to like a man. You won't do it to another woman who has like a ton of subscribers. You'll do it to the little people.
Do that. So she had to completely disconnect herself from that. And it's also coming at a time when there is a whole pool of people who dislike me that she can fall into the arms of. Another key example of being insecure.
Ma'am, there has never been a point in time when you haven't had people who didn't like you. No matter where you go, what you do, all we're hearing is these stories about how everyone doesn't like you. Your town, your politics stuff, with people who didn't like you. Your life all the time is that. We've heard stories about it from you and from other people. So this is not a special time. What's up, Bruce the Moose? How are you? Yeah, having friends who are not just does not make someone insecure. Exactly. Bruce the Moose always gets it. This woman.
Even if she didn't want to be around us, she had to wait until the temperament was that there are people who hate me so much that she could fall.
Honey, she didn't have to wait. That's always been the case. You literally came on the scene and shit talked LTL in your first stream. You don't think there was hundreds of people who didn't like you then? Because there was. I thought it was tacky. He had a big following back then, so there's always been people hating you. This is not new. You're acting like this is something new. This isn't new. We've heard stories of getting meat thrown in your yard. No one likes you anywhere.
Over to them. Do you know what I mean? So it's unfortunate. But I didn't do anything to prevent it. I took
No, I didn't skip anyone's super chat. I'm just doing them after the end of this video. Then I'll go over super chats again, and then I'll play. There's one little short one after this. I didn't miss anything. I'm coming back to it, I promise.
I took everything she said as face value. It's a very fucking harsh learning lesson for me when it comes to people who want to be benefactors and give me money.
I'm sorry. People who want to be benefactors and give me money. It's a learning experience for you. Because this woman and you were friends, and her and her husband supported you, paid your bills, paid for the expensive vacation that you just took down here, and you're the victim because she is accepting help from another creator who helps any creator who might need help just because you don't like him. This is a war to you. Cry me a river.
Kind of way. Shout out to fairy godmother Linda, who, like I said the other day, would never. It's just a completely different ball game over there.
You mean over there in her condo that you didn't stay in this time? Was that what you're talking about when you say over there? You didn't stay in her condo. You stayed in a hotel that she doesn't own. Okay.
So anyway, she could not do her own thing without being an enemy.
That's because you won't let her. Just like Cyber Chick couldn't do her own thing without being an enemy because you wouldn't let her. Just like the Law Girls couldn't do something similar to what you do and go to court without being the enemy. Sounds like a pattern, and it sounds like a you problem, a Jess problem. Because no one leaves you, right?
Yeah. But again, so those are just a couple of comments I think that needed. I would have said on Sunday, but I've had a little bit more time to reflect on. She had Valhalla as a guest, and they didn't say anything about me.
Oh, what's that? She had Valhalla as a guest. They didn't say anything about you. But after reflecting on that, you thought you would come on here and shit talk her. Because that seems appropriate and in proportion to them having a stream together and not saying a word about you. You reflected on that. You reflected on that, and then you did this. Okay. Sounds bright.
And that's okay too, but I
You're
just
right,
think
you're right. It is okay. They can do what they want to do.
You know, let's just say the Valhalla was a counterpoint that she and Abby came up with because I wouldn't denounce Jessica Walsh, right? So like, well, you know, if you're not going to denounce Jessica Walsh who says bad things about me, then I can have Valhalla on my show.
I don't know. It's so crazy, I guess, for someone who is an investor in your company, who's giving you thousands of dollars a month, who also is your friend, to maybe want you to have her back a little. Maybe just be like, dude, I get you don't like her. You don't have to like each other, but she is my friend too. Maybe don't shit talk her all the time. That's what you couldn't do. You know why? Because you're not a friend. You don't know how to be a friend to anyone. You're not even a friend to 7-Eleven. The amount of times you shit talk her and do these underlying digs, these passive aggressive underlying digs at her is wild. She's just either not bright enough to see them or she's had them her whole life and accepts them. It's one or the other. Either way is not okay, but it doesn't make the fact that you shit talk her and shit all over her, threw her under the bus. And I'm sorry, but yes, you guys fire each other up because you're just the same, but this is in no way all 7-Eleven's fault. What has happened to you? This is who you are.
And, you know, right? Fair, right? But the Baker thing, where, you know, I kind of had an inkling it was going to be her because he put that thing out today.
Again, nothing gets past you, Machado. Nothing gets past you. Guess it probably wasn't a heads up or anything that she was on Valhalla's stream. Oh my God, nothing gets past you. You are on it. On it. What an investigative journalist. Woo!
It's very different, right? And again, I couldn't really say anything about her until I saw her make her moves and show her cards, and they're all out there for you. So the other thing too is like, you know, the statement she made about Jessica Walsh and came up with this really great thing here where I had to stop Jessica Walsh and her threat to shut her down.
Where have we heard that before, guys? Where have we heard that before? Who else was allegedly trying to shut her down, not let her have her words in chats? And we heard how everybody had her blocked in their chats who never did. It's the same story, different day, different person. She wanted you to tell her to be nice because even though she didn't like her, you did. That you were friends with her and you made a really Jessica Machado decision and you said no. to me, for me, makes me think she's paying you a whole lot more than Arkansas Bestie was. For me, my opinion.
Like shut her down, shut your friend down now, is bullshit. Because Jessica Walsh received money from Arkansas Bestie.
Arkansas Bestie, okay, if I had to guess, again, I've never spoken to this woman. I've never had any kind of interactions with her anywhere. If I had to guess, knowing a little bit about people, humans, probably gift giving is one of her love languages. Okay? So it seems to be maybe people she likes, supports, she likes to give to them. Now you're shitting on her for supporting 7-Eleven. Again, even more reason for it to be weird that 7-Eleven hates her when she's clearly supported her this whole time. And you're making that into something nefarious. Like, this is insane.
Talked back and forth with Arkansas Bestie. Katie had no issues with Jessica Walsh until she was poised to start her channel.
Until 7-Eleven started shitting all over her. I don't know, maybe because she felt she was a threat to her. She wasn't the only one who could throw around money, wasn't the only one who was wealthy, and Arkansas Bestie is actually pretty.
And then she wanted to stop Jessica Walsh from saying things about her, and wanted some sort of like a clean slate out here when she was ready to come out. And I don't know, who knows? You can't.
Clean slate? What are you talking about? When was that ever going to happen with you? You couldn't let her have a clean slate. And how's that working out? How is that working out for you? I mean, honestly, she's on with this side. You know, the same side that you tried to like and she bathes. Yeah, it's wild, right? How's it working out? The only people who are going after is you. And you tried to feed her this whole narrative that we all hated her when nobody ever had any issues with her. You tried to feed that to her months ago. Did you have an inkling she was going to come out and do her own channel then, and you didn't want her being nice to anyone? You wanted to make sure she was nice and groomed up for you? I have thoughts on that. My opinion.
You can't ever really get into the mind of somebody who pretends to be your friend for 6 months and then like turns on you.
The projection. I'm sorry, what exactly did you do for her, Jess, that made you a friend to her? Because all I'm seeing is her being a friend to you and being very generous with you. I'm not hearing you say anything about what you did for her. In fact, the one time it appears that she asked you to do anything was to maybe just stand up for her a little. You were like, no way. No way, bro. And ew, you're not staying at my house. Oh my God, it's an emergency. Yeah, Juliet, you're not the only one who felt like that. People still liked him at that point. And, you know, the way she attacked him, in my opinion, was really odd. It was gross. And I kind of thought it was gross then. A lot of people felt that way. But yet she's trying to act like, oh, now is the opportune time because people don't like, no, people don't like you ever. This is what you did on your first show. Nandy. We're just going over her words. I don't know. We'll just have to go back and watch the little parts. It's too much. I forget.
It is soulless. And it is so dumb.
Soulless. I'm sorry. What exactly, again, is soulless about Arkansas Bestie? That she was trying to be your friend for 6 months, or giving you money and supporting your ass for 6 months. You're not a victim. The only person that was not a friend was you. Okay?
Because Abby supports Purple, who is far worse than J7 could ever be.
So now she's going to go in on Abby, who is Video Jesus, because she's helping Arkansas Bestie with her channel. And she's friends with Purple. Okay, I got news for you. Most of us thought what you did to Purple was disgusting too. I don't know what she's trying to do here, but it's really not. Yeah, Valhalla said she's used to Solus because the Black Heart Award. It's true. It's true. Congrats on that. She never said thank you for that award. She never accepted it. That's so rude. So rude.
Like, does Katie Rusin want to be held to the ground about what people adjacent to her say?
Held to the ground? No, ma'am. That sounds like an offense. That's assault.
About other people? Because, like, that will start happening. People will start seeing her out there, and they're going to start taking clips of Paul, and they're going to start giving them and tagging her. And
this sounds a whole lot like a call to action to the bunnies. Certainly no one over here would do that. I see right through you. A lot of us do. I don't know. When are we going to start acting our age? You're a 50-year-old woman acting like this. It's embarrassing. The amount of times you use her last name is embarrassing. And it only makes you look bad.
You're going to say, do you co-sign this? Are you okay with this? Are you going to denounce Abby because she's I said this to her in a text message. I said, you are eventually going to come across everybody in your orbit who says something that you either cringe or you disagree with. And you are going to have to either say, I let people say what they want, or you're going to have to cut ties and distance yourself from them. I haven't been in this game a long time, but I've been in it longer than her. And so I know that's exactly.
And clearly you have handled it so well. So well. 100% Kimber Rose. She does not. It is very apparent she does not have real friends. She doesn't know how to treat a real friend. She wouldn't know a real friend if it hit her in the head. It only makes her look bad. This is why I don't understand. She thinks this is all a flex. It's not. It's literally making her look bad. This woman and her husband were supportive of her every month and in her super chats all the time. It's wild to me. It is wild.
Exactly where we're at. So
she must have forgot that Moon's had a big old crush on Purple too, huh? Oh, but then again, she doesn't really like Moons, allegedly anyways, so.
is that it? I think that's it. A couple of things. And her husband's comment was cringe as fuck. I will not discuss that, but I'm going to tell you as
again, she said she's not going to discuss it. Then she goes on to discuss it. I'm not platforming that. I don't know anything about that. I don't know them. But I do know people say things sometimes that come out wrong, and I don't know them. Not judging people. Thank you. Okay, let me go over super chats, and then there's like one really small clip, and it may even be a clip, and then there's the one that Kristen wants me to go over. I think it was when if I'm guessing, it's when she was talking about Bay Harbor Beauty. I have not heard that because I didn't get that far in her stream. So I do want to see that. Okay. Side Eyes Jess says she's been a member for 4 months and the best months fangirling over Lauren. Thank you so much for being here and happy birthday. All right. Los Angeles Thrifter sent 250 jewels and a laughing disco. Thank you so much. Teresa sent 2 jewels for a silver star. Thank you. Jen P sent a $5 super chat and said, just heard there's a flesh-eating bacteria in the Gulf if Jess is getting or the spreader. You know what? That was very interesting timing, actually. But I don't think she went in the ocean. If I had to guess, like last time, they probably stayed at the pool most of the time and went down to take a picture once or twice. It's a walk. And if you know her, she doesn't like walks. So, and walking through the sand is no joke. Like it's hard work. So if I had to guess, that's my guess. Thank you so much, Jen P. If STDs had a voice, it would be Machadams. Yep, 100%. Thank you so much, Ms. VUSMC, for your super chat. Thank y'all so much. All right, guys. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I think we got one more clip. And if this sounds familiar or if it's one that then let me know.
Bullshit YouTube videos that you put up. I hope.
Is this just dead air or
And what will happen is people who hate me will use and exploit her. And as each one does, she will eventually at one time be sitting and staring at her phone and recognize each one of them did it. And she will know that. And whether it matters to her or not, I'm not really sure. But we live in La La Land.
No, you live in La La Land. So I'm sorry. You're saying people are exploiting her? What? Because we're defending someone that you're attacking for no reason? Or because Bahala is a nice person and he does the same thing with everyone? Or because Baker's having on, which is actually a big deal for Baker because he's Danish and he doesn't forgive very easily, but he's trying to move past that. And so we're explaining her. Everyone is saying go subscribe to her. She hasn't done anything. Yeah, that really seems exploitory. Like that seems really crazy. And yeah, it's definitely us that was exploiting her. Miss, give me money, support my family, we're friends until you want to talk to someone I don't like. And then we're definitely not friends and you're definitely crazy. You're definitely insecure and you're definitely all these things. I mean, that is insane. This woman is nuts. I can't. How is anyone support her? Do they not get that they're going to be the next person that she comes after? This is literally, it's not a maybe, it's a when. This is nuts. Ay, ay, ay.
Jojo sniping your live. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't.
She doesn't have a problem with it now because she realized that she didn't even snipe her live. She went over like 2 seconds of it. That's why. She was real big mad again. Real big mad. No one threatens her like Jolene. Nobody threatens her like Jolene does.
I know at first I said it on Sunday, it was kind of like, ew, like I'm going to go live.
Yeah. Ooh, like when you thought that Arkansas Bestie might come and stay the night at your house because their flight got delayed. Yeah, it was like that. Ew. That ew. Mm-hmm.
And you're going to play it and like that takes views from me, I guess. So it kind of felt like it was like you're taking money from me by doing that. And then I continue to just go.
All about money. Friendships are all about money. They're not friendships. She wouldn't know what a real friendship was like if it hit her in the head, because it's all about what she can gain from it. It's not about actual friendship, loyalty, connections with people. It's not about that for her. It's all about money. That's gross.
Backwards to when Jolene first started streaming me and how lucrative it was for me. And so I don't want to get in the way of that.
I'm sorry. When exactly was it lucrative for you when Jolene, you lost she actually believe the things she's saying, or is she just trying to convince herself? It was lucrative for Jolene because she's funny. And people came and subbed and were like, who is this lady? Like me. I had never heard about my mom. I didn't even know my mom before this. Now she's my mom. She's freaking great. She's funny. But lucrative for you? Ma'am.
Let her, we can talk about this more. In the beginning, when Jolene started making fun of me, because that's what she does, she makes fun of me.
For someone who grew up around comedy, going to comedy shows, still attending comedy shows as an adult, this is so frustrating. Like, do you not know what a comedian is? Have you never encountered a comedian in your life? Yes. Oftentimes, the comedian makes fun of people in the audience, Jessica. That's what they do. Don't sit in the first row because they will pick on you. That's what comedians do. But she thinks it's so personal. It's wild. It's wild.
In weird ways, like potty humor ways. And
she said potty humor ways. This is the woman who every other word out of her mouth is the F word, the C word, and everything else. This is a woman who literally describes blowjobs and how to do them on the air. What? Jess, maybe you should ask yourself, why are you stand-up comics roasting you? Exactly. There's no self-awareness, Bruce. Like, not any. Like, she doesn't have it. She's not capable of it. Hello, Allie. Yes, I know. She's so funny. She's so fun. I didn't even know who she was. I remember when Expert is like, dude, get over here. And I was like, huh? I thought he was live. And then it was the link to Jolene. And I'm like, what is this? And then she knew all about everything that had been going on. And I'm like, who is this lady? How does she know all this? She's so good. She's so good. Yes. And she's been a real blessing. Like, this is a lot for, like, the things that she was saying about Baker were vile and disgusting. And it was very hard to laugh at those type things. And she's somehow made it where the community can laugh at how dumb it is. And I'm very thankful for that because, the things that she was saying about him and continues to say about him, let's be clear, are gross and lies, slanderous, all of the things. So Jolene has made it bearable and funny. So she's amazing.
So like other mean ways, right? When Jolene started doing that, it kind of stung in a weird, different way, because if there were people kind of in this orbit that would make fun of me, it was like they've kind of known me and maybe like they were on the other side of things.
Nandy, 100%, because that's her thing, right? She shames people. She shames little creators like myself who have only been out here for like 7-8 months and we're newer to this. She shames everyone for the sub count because it's all about money for her. It's not about like someone doing something that they're passionate about or doing this because they enjoy it. For her, it's all about money. And so she has to shame them. And Jolene is like, oh, here's this person's link. Go follow them. And it big mad. You're right. Just big mad. She doesn't like any of that. She doesn't like any of it. What's funny is that Jolene also shares her link. Just no one wants to follow her. Again, not Jolene's problem.
Either politically or like the Free Karen Reed movement, so to speak, or like they hated Aiden. So I would get shit from people like, where's Koala? You know what I mean? Like, and it kind of like I don't know, in my mind, it made sense. But when you have somebody who seems completely objective and really, I didn't see any connection, come at you in such a hateful way, it's very hard. And those first weeks of Jolene, like incessantly streaming about me and making fun of me, you know, first of all, it's the first time it had ever happened, like on that scale. And my brain didn't really understand how to process that. And I would take it personally. And, you know, it made me like, I went through the range of emotions. Like, I want to reach out to her and say, like, I'm not what you're saying, right?
Well, that would be some Lauren Matthias type shit, wouldn't it?
And then it was like, I hate her. And then it was like, well, let me do some digging on her. And oh, here's one of her blogs. And it's like, you go through all of those emotions for the first time that it happens. And I'm not saying I'm like not proud of it. All of my reactions stand on their own. I worked through it in real time publicly, you know, every day as a new video dropped, and I saw like crazy numbers. I saw a lot of stranger.
Yeah, she didn't see any connection. She was an independent person, but now had problem trying to blame Jimmy for it. And mind you, this is something Ocean said. She came up with that. She comes up with a lot of things just randomly, pulls it out of wherever. There is no connection because she was a complete person that's independent of this. That's why it's perfect. That's why it works. That's why everyone loves her so much, is because she was on the outside in watching all of this and was like, nah, this is some crazy shit. This is gross behavior. I'm going to roast it, which is what she does.
You know, following her lead in her chat and, you know, co-signing all of the mean things that she would say. So many of the things aren't true.
No, they're all true. That's unless she's being facetious, which it's very clear unless you're an idiot when she's being facetious.
You have to train your brain to think differently about it. And it took me a couple of months to do that. I
train your brain. Why don't you train your brain to be more self-aware and take accountability? If you're training anything, why don't you do that? Okay.
I'm not saying I'm completely in the clear, but
oh, we know.
I'm not even saying like I'm completely desensitized to it, because I think there's always the opportunity for them to like level up and even harder. But I had to really stop and look back at almost everything that was being said or done about me exclusively lives on a screen. And when the screen is not in my...
But she continually can't put the screen down. And she wants everybody to send it to her.
Hands or in front of my face, my life is very different. I'm surrounded by wonderful people. I have a wonderful family. I have good relationships. I have friends. I have moms that I'm friends with. I have new friends. I have business opportunities. And so I'm like articulating exactly that. But when you look at it as if it's all just on a screen, and when you put the screen away, what is really happening? And
yeah, Steve, but she doesn't talk about looking inward because that's nothing she's ever done. She's not capable of that because there couldn't be anything wrong with her. It's always someone else. If she would learn to look inward, like a lot of her problems would disappear. And that's why she doesn't like people like Jolene and Jimmy who have done inward reflections on themselves, who are self-aware. She doesn't like that because she is not capable of it, but she sees that in them and she despises them for having that self-awareness and ability to look inward. But yeah, she's not capable of it. There's no self-reflection there whatsoever, because that would mean that she possibly could have done something.
If all of those things that they say, or all of those things were happening to me in real life, if when I picked up the phone and called my friend Kathy Souza, she didn't answer, or if, you know, my marriage is on the outs and we're not going to make it work, or my kids and I are not talking to each other, or they're fighting with each other, if my business dashboard wasn't looking so healthy, then we have to take a completely different approach to things. But as it stood, this is just on a screen, and I just trained my brain. to think about it that way. It was hard. It was hard, but I did it. And I feel like that's what allowed me to kind of like go. And very much so, the people who listen to me every day, the followers, the fans, supporters, the bunnies, those people, their constant messages of why they listen, what they get out of my shows, or bullshit YouTube videos that you put up. I hope.
Is this the same one? I think this is the same one.
It's a go. Yes, it's a go.
Oh,
I just,
oh, she cried on the show,
I guess,
guys.
like a lot of people probably.
She cried on the show because, like, I don't know. She's been saying like she got some opportunity or whatever, and now she was like, "I'm gonna send this to my attorney," and then she like cried. She's like, I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, she's like, I can't tell you about what it is, but then Jessica is in this chat, like, she knows what it is. But then she says this, which is weird.
It's not even a big deal. I think it's, I don't know.
So a lot of people would think it's not a big deal, but I think it is. What is she going to get at her own show on the KMS network? I mean, I don't know. One might wonder. Yeah. Okay. Kristen, let me see that time stamp again. Let me see. Did I do this one? If I didn't, Linda sent 30 joules for a flower. Thank you so much. All right, let me see the time stamp that Kristen wanted me to look at. Thank you for sending that. It would be fun to just like react to this like for the first time ever. We could do that sometime too. Let's see. I'm assuming that that's what this is. Why am I not seeing Kristen's? There it is. Okay. Let me pull this up. All right, guys, we are pulling it up. Oh, also, guys, go sub to Arkansas Bestie. We were talking about her all afternoon, and she's got her thinking everyone hates her. Go sub to her. She's the latest victim of Machado's bullying. I'm sure some of the mods have been dropping her thing, and we will continue. Also, you can't miss Baker's stream. They're real big mad about it, so be there to support him. And I think you'll get to know her some, more. I don't know her, so I will be there to listen. Okay, 126.36. All right, let's pull this up. Okay. Oh, I'd almost got to that part. Okay. Nope. Not listening to that song. It's the most annoying song on the internet. Okay. All right. Let me mute myself here because it's going to make me listen to a video. Hold on. Okay, sharing my screen, guys. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Popping it up. Okay. Okay. Let's get to the right spot. We're almost there. All right. Okay. Here we go. And thumbs up in the chat when you can hear.
Real as I can and probably share stuff that I haven't thought about sharing. But so, when the heat was on, And all of these people started coming at me, you know, when it was like really bad, like when Jolene started saying shit about me or whatever. My thought process was I felt badly for like Bay Harbor Beauty. I didn't want it to impact her business in any way. And more importantly, I didn't want anybody to like turn on her as a result of me. And if there's anybody that doubts that, the Moons could most certainly, and Spicy Misty could certainly, and maybe even Jessica Walsh, I'm sure I spoke about it with her, but I was already feeling very guilty about people who were like closely associated with me catching strays and heat from these people, right? It almost was just like I had some shame. It's not like I almost had shame. I had shame and embarrassment. And I was barely handling it and how they were doing it to me, let alone people that were like innocent bystanders who were associated with me. Does that make sense? And so I stopped mentioning Bay Harbor Beauty out of courtesy for her business because the heat was really rough, right? Now, in retrospect, I wonder if, and I'd have to go back and look, and I'm sure someone who has all the time in the world wants to. I wonder if the only time that Julie was in my chat is when I maybe mentioned Bay Harbor Beauty. I don't know.
Yes, because everyone has time to do that, but you don't have time to do that because you're so busy. Also, stop spinning it. Stop spinning it. Why were you embarrassed? Because you were coming after people and being vile and like the things you're saying were gross? Yeah. She spins everything, so I can only imagine. Also, I don't know, just a thought, like if you were doing that, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, don't you think you maybe would have a conversation like an adult with Julie from Bay Harbor Beauty about it first? Just a thought. But then again, I don't know. I'm kind of an adult, so that could be new to you. It might be a new thought, but you know, communication, all that. But I don't know. All right, let's go on. Let's see what else.
But it is possible that because I wasn't mentioning it, she stopped commenting. But I will say that during the June, July period when things were rough, I didn't see her in the chat much at all. And part of me thought that it was her disconnecting from me because things were so bad and she didn't want to lose business and didn't want to be associated with me anymore. And I know that I said this to Moons and Missy, and I said, you know, I don't blame her. This is her business, right? She does not want to impact.
Why are you saying, oh, I said this to this person, this person, this person, like alibis to your story? Is it because your story's not true? Because that's weird. That's weird. Last week on her live, she was so supportive and said all the positive things. Sorry, guys, I need to vent. You don't need to apologize. Yeah, I did. I heard her that. I heard her say that. I thought, I didn't believe what she was saying, but I thought what she said was basically pretty supportive, and she made sure that people knew, like, don't, you know, not support Bay Harbor. I didn't believe it for a second, but yeah, like she was way, way more supportive. She claims she texted me yesterday. I reply to every text I receive, and I can assure everyone I received no text yesterday. I believe it 100%. She lies all the time. Completely, like this is par for the course. And she's got to say that because she knows she was in the wrong. And she knows she should have reached out, right? She knows what a mature adult should do. Doesn't mean she's going to do it, but she's got to at least portray it like that to her audience. It's pathetic. All right, let's see.
Her business in this drama way. So
New Samsung Galaxy Card. Earn 5% cash rewards on eligible purchases made directly from Samsung.
On Jack and Georgia and Julia, never felt badly about it. I never got mad at things were so bad, and she didn't want to lose business and didn't want to be associated with me anymore. And I know that I said this to Moons and Missy, and I said, I don't blame her. This is her
Missy?
business, right? She does not want to impact her business in this drama way. So on Jack and Georgia and Julia, never felt badly about it. I never.
Also, can we stop swearing on our children? Like why? Stop doing that. Stop it. Stop. That's weird, gross behavior, in my opinion. There's no need for it. Just tell the truth, and then no one would want you to swear on anyone's life. That's weird.
Got mad at her about it. It was basically like she's laying low right now, and that rightfully so. If you're associated with me, right? And by the way, I was the first person in this community that Julie ever partnered with. Okay. I was the first one. She didn't have a channel. She didn't partner with anybody else. It was just me. So if it started with me and things are so bad and I'm losing subs and things like that, she's probably like being very protective of her business.
She says she sent me a screenshot of her text she sent me yesterday, but I don't recognize the platform it was sent from, nor does AI. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You really can't make this shit up. Nor does that shock me. It should shock me. I don't know. You would think she'd want to talk. You know what I mean? Like you'd think she'd want to talk to you, clear it up, or like she would have done that way before. It's adult behavior that should be like not come to a shock. It should not be like this should be normal things, normal adult behavior. I'm not accusing. I'm just saying I received no text. She said. She even said, I read it, but I never saw it to read it. Right. Yeah. Because you would get the thing to see it and it would be in your text thread. That's definitely weird. I'm sorry she's even talking about you. All right, let's see what else.
I never blamed her at all. What did happen, though, is she started making connections with other content creators around that time and partnering with these people and going into their chats. That I kind of had a problem with because it was like, but I never said that. She can do it.
You're saying that now. So let me get this straight. She's a businesswoman with a business. This is one way she makes money and she shares her products, which everyone loves, by the way. You didn't know enough to know that you could actually be making something off of this. You got real mad, big mad when Jimmy told you that. And you were like real big mad about it. Then she wasn't in your chat enough for your liking. And you set your little spies to see if she was in other places because we know you're not in other places. You're not like tuning into the expert. You're not tuning into this unless I'm talking about you. That seems like really like appropriate behavior. And you didn't like the fact that she was in other chats. Isn't that what we were just talking about? This is why I hate this type of mentality. Anyone is free to come and go, support whoever they want. This type of cult mentality is a problem. But because she was in other people's chats, Jess didn't like it. Because apparently she thought she had some, I mean, oh, hang on. No, Lauren, she did know she could make commission. We talked about it on the phone. She said she didn't need the money now. But if she changes her mind, she would tell me. Do you think she really like got that? Because apparently she was like big mad when Jimmy was like, when she found out Jimmy was making money and she could, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't like trying to understand her thinking is, and why would she not want to make, I mean, that doesn't, I feel like, I don't know. Go sub to Bay Harbor Beauty, guys. Kristen's dropping her link. I don't know. I don't know. Like, she didn't sign an exclusivity contract with Bay Harbor. That Bay Harbor couldn't be in other people's chats, couldn't extend the same offer on products to other people. Like, again, you're not important. This lady thinks she is the most biggest, wonderful content creator on the planet, that Bay Harbor Beauty would only work with her. That's not how this works. It's not how this works. This is wild. Wild. Yes, it was a phone call. I don't know the timeline of Jimmy and her talking versus her and I talking. Okay, so it could have been like before. So both could be. She's just so, I don't understand it. But like, yeah, she used it as a flex. Yeah. The whole thing is weird. All right, let's see what else she says.
Whatever she wants. It's her business. She can do whatever she wants. But I don't know. I was watching it and I was just like, okay, so you're not going to talk to me, but you're going to talk to everybody else. But some of these people are saying mean things to me. And as a matter of fact, she was in the chat on Jolene's one night and she messaged me about it. And she said, I just want to kind of get ahead of this. And I read it, but I had already been watching and I could already see like the writing was on the wall. She was disconnecting herself from me and she was going to be now going around to all of these other content creators and maybe subsidizing from me with other content creators or whatever. Again,
yes, because you're the single reason that Julie is afloat. Stop it. You're not that important, okay? It's YouTube. She can be anywhere she wants to be, and she was being, it sounds like, extra nice by even telling you she was there in the first place. You know, like an adult, like you can't be. What in the world? What in the world? Yeah, I know. Bay Harbor is another one who's always in chats. Who cares? Who cares? I have plenty of people who are in chats that I wouldn't be in. That doesn't mean that I don't want them here. That doesn't mean that I think any less of them. It's a free country. Literally, free speech is what we're all here for, or at least a lot of us. This is insane. All right, let's see what else.
again, all her choice, all okay. She did do a stream, and I think it was the one that got the most views, where she said, let's talk about drama or something like that. And she talked about how she didn't like that the commissions and things were talked about publicly, and that her husband didn't like that. So number one, I never signed any type of agreement with her. I was never told I couldn't discuss this. And I have absolutely every right to say that you told me that my followers purchased because of me promoting your product, you sold $10,000 worth of product, more than 10,000, but $10,000 at the time of my product, of your product. I have every right to say that. That's important to me because it shows that I have that kind of influence. And I asked you about that.
Grandiosity that this woman has to think that she is this important. What is it like living in that type of delusion? I don't know. Also, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. Just because you didn't sign a contract stating that you wouldn't talk about it I don't think Julie thought that everyone's going to go around talking about that. Why? Because she assumes people have common sense, but apparently with you, there is none. Oh my God. This is so cringe for you. Again, you're thinking this is a flex. This makes you look bad. This doesn't make them look, this makes you look real bad. And then also, like, you knew she didn't like it, but you were still doing it because you have a right to do it. You do have a right to do it, but you think it's going to make other people want to work with you in the future? How dumb are you? Like, stop. All for what? There's nothing about this that's helpful to you or makes you look good. Unbelievable. All right, let's keep going.
Because I had another business reach out to me and wanted to do live ad reads, and I didn't know how much product I had influenced to be sold through you. And so I asked you for that number because I didn't know. And I have every right to know that. And I'm sorry that I shared that, but I have every right to do that. But what I do take an issue with is that Julie never corresponded with me about any of it. She never corresponded with me about me not mentioning her product. If she had, I would have told her I was doing it to kind of just keep her.
Okay, let's all listen to why you were a victim of Bay Harbor Beauty now. Let's see how she wronged you. I don't, there's not a list long enough for all the people that have allegedly harmed her. All right, I'm just gonna let this play through because Baker and Arkansas Bessie are about to be on, and I want you guys to go over there and do a CSI raid when they are on, and I want to finish this part about Julie. Also, justice for Julie. Please go follow her. Mods, keep dropping her link. I'm sorry, Julie. This is ridiculous. This is stupid.
Name out of streams that were getting shared and hate, right? She never talked about not sending me product anymore. I haven't received anything from Julie. She has never communicated to me anything regarding our business venture at all whatsoever since people started shitting all over me. I reached out to her before, well, yesterday, because I wanted to ask her if there was anything that she wanted to talk to me about. And just like Jill, she read the message and she didn't respond. Just like Cyber Chick Cheryl read the message and didn't respond. So I'm not really sure how I feel today about this whole situation. I will continue to maintain I didn't make 1 cent off of Julie. I have every piece of product she ever gave me. And I don't know exactly the cost of what that cost her, but it's certainly far less than I can't even imagine. I don't know. It's not a lot. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Like $500. And she made thousands, right, off of my name. So I think at the least, why would you not just pick up the phone and text me? You know what I mean? Like, it's just really unprofessional. And, you know, Julie is going to be added to
I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to stop it, but like literally F off with that. Really? She's unprofessional? Wow. The stuff she could have said about you in these chats, but never did. She never said anything bad about you. And you have the nerve to call her unprofessional? Ma'am, you are the epitome of unprofessional. There's a reason Kevin Reddington never came on with you, in my opinion. He's no dummy. This is unbelievable. That is disgusting. Yeah, that's disgusting. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. But again, she shows everyone who she is repeatedly. This is a pattern. Every single person does something to her that is so outrageous that she's the victim, when literally she is the only one who is coming after people. Wow. Unbelievable. The nerve of her calling you unprofessional. What the F, man? That is ridiculous. I mean, this is disgusting. Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, let's continue to listen.
To the list of people that I have, like Katie Rusin and Cheryl Tupa, are women who found me when I was starting my channel and I was showcasing my talents and I was thriving and doing well and influencing.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Ma'am, what talent exactly is that? I'll wait. What talent is that? You drive around in your car, order coffee, and shit talk people. It literally takes no talent to do that. Like, literally anyone can do that. Showcasing your talents. Ma'am, you're delusional. Also, Arkansas Bestie, she only became like a person I knew of recently. And she only started giving you money recently. So what are you talking about? Bay Harbor Beauty, this is not her first rodeo. This is how people with a product work. They reach out to people like influencers. Have you never been on Instagram? Have you never been on Instagram? This woman acts like she's the first person anyone has ever reached out to promote a product. This is not new. This has been going on for years and years and years and years. And she thinks she's got some big channel with all these, like, I mean, this is wild. Wild. Yes, everyone sought you out because you are so magnificent. And that's why no one wants to stick around. That's why everyone that was in your orbit is leaving. Unbelievable. Wow. This is nuts. All right. Also, Baker's in an hour. Valhalla is going to go on after me. So we're going to try to finish this up and send you guys over to Valhalla.
Influencing people, and they sought me out and they wanted to attach themselves to me for their own benefit. And because I honestly see the best in people at first, I never saw anything wrong with anything that those three people did. I never knew who these women were. They knew me. They found me. And at some point, each one of them thought that they could benefit from me. And I never got anything from Cheryl except an annoying mod who was into gossip and drama and shit stirring. I never got anything from Bay Harbor Beauty except products for myself and my daughter. I never took a cent. And in regards to Katie Rusin, I never asked her for anything. Everything she gave me was by her choice. And she certainly, she dropped the receipts, but all publicly. I never received a dime from her privately. It was all to be seen and shared publicly. So I have learned a lot about partnerships and people who find me and approach me and ask me questions and want to do things. And in retrospect, this is why I did my channel classes. And, you know, I put the word out there for whoever wanted to join. I handpicked that first class of people that I thought were trustworthy and talented, and put them all together in this class so that they could all start their own channel and we could all kind of grow together. And I don't think any of those people wanted anything from me. I still don't think Jessica Walsh wanted anything from me, or Moons, or I don't think Jill wanted anything from me. As weird as things are with Jill, I don't think Spicy Misty wanted anything from me. Dirty River, none of these, Heather, none of these people wanted anything from me. But I
Okay, so this is one of the persons that was your friend that you talk about, and you've said their name twice wrong now, because you know that's how close you are. You've now doxed them multiple times. You're gross. You're disgusting. You need to like literally grow up. This is disgusting. She said that she was the reason I had the biggest live the other day because I titled it drama and talked about her for 10 minutes. I never used her name. This is what she does. This is what she does. Everyone can't get views without her. The thing that's hilarious is no one is anywhere watching this stuff because they like her. People are here because of how much they dislike her, how much they have seen her do this to other people. And that is no flex to her. She thinks this is a flex, but it is not a flex. People wouldn't be here watching if they didn't despise her. No one can get views on their own. It's not you. It's everyone. She says it's about everyone. Mostly all women, though. It's mostly women, except for Purple. She hates Purple, but still, she doesn't attack him like she does the women, because she knows he'll come back in the same manner. What's up, Purple? Yeah, no, this is gross. This is so gross. I saw you were in business since 2018. I mean, like, she's delusional, absolutely delusional. Good luck. No one else is. Hey, Ola, no one else is going to ever partner with her, especially if they hear of this. Are you kidding? How dumb is she? How dumb is she? And, you know, I just can't. Yeah. Bay Harbor Beauty was very successful before JM. She got thousands of dollars in product. Of course. Of course. But you made her. You made her. You made her like Crawford made Better Row. Don't you know? The delusion of these people. Make it make sense. All right, let's finish this up.
I think Cheryl did. I think Julie did. And I think Katie did. And so I have to just, unfortunately, I have to look at that. It's a really good learning lesson. You know, I have no idea if there is still a code. Like, that's the other thing. Like, is there a code still for me? Are my followers using that?
Yeah, it's 1-800-FUCK directly off. That's the code for you. Write it down, jot it down. You don't want to miss that one. Really? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I don't know. I have no idea. I wouldn't even want to discontinue that, because I would want you guys to be able to continue purchasing it at the discounted rate. But I have no idea. She has not communicated that to me at all. And that's kind of like a weird business strategy. So I have no idea.
Someone give me Jimmy's code or Expert's code so that I can tell everyone to go purchase Bay Harbor Beauty's products and put in their codes. Unbelievable. No, Julie, you don't need to apologize. This is what happened. You push people so far and they're going to talk. They're going to say something. You can't completely... No, you don't need to apologize. This is outrageous. This is ridiculous. It's another opportunity that she's showing us exactly who she is. This is vile, this is disgusting, and it's all par for the course. Let's see. Anyone know Expert's code? Kristen, do you, or not Kristen, or maybe Side Eyes? Sorry, trying to see here. Yes, there's still a code, but we will undo that now. Yes, we will. She's so dumb. How dumb is she? Like, again, she tries to, oh my God. Pride is before a fall, y'all. Every single time. Pride is before a fall. Yeah, if anyone knows experts code, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Use skincare as the code. Skincare, guys. Skincare is your code. Write that one down. And when you order Bay Harbor's products, use that one. Okay. Yep, there we go. And Kristen is linking it here in case you want to go order. I've heard fantastic things. Bay Harbor said, Jess, let's talk about how many texts I sent you that were never responded to. Interesting. Again, it's all about the money for her. All about the money. She's got to twist it up to make it all somebody else's fault because she cannot. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let me get back to this.
Are people still buying Bay Harbor Beauty? Are you guys still using my code? I don't even know. It's Dirty River, because I think Fall River, Dirty River. It's Dirty River. You're right. It's I know it's Steven, but Dirty River is kind of like, I don't know. It's Jessica. She's really just the third Jessica, technically. Yeah. So, fun fact, I was going through this thing yesterday where I texted her, she didn't respond, and Julia FaceTimed me. And she had just unpacked all of the last of the things from her wedding. And she sent me a picture of all of the Bay Harbor Beauty stuff set up on her counter. And she's like, I'm just starting. I'm going to start using more of these things now. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know. I have a weird situation going on with her. And she's like, oh, Machado 10 was still active last week. So yeah, I mean, I guess continue to shop and use the code. Okay, that was a very long drive to go get one Asiago cheese bagel and a water, but I am home. I'm sweating buckets and the air conditioning is on in my car. So hi Reagan, I'm right here. Hi. I'm coming.
Dude, this woman doesn't have loyalty to anyone. Anyone. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, Julie. I think we all knew that was coming. But again, you've never said a bad word about her. What's up, Ray? Everybody can go anywhere in everyone's chat and do whatever they want. I mean, it's disgusting. And she's never said anything about her. She's never, I mean, this is wild. It's just gross. And she's always the victim of someone. Someone's wronged her. Poor her. It's awful. It's disgusting. I mean, I don't know. It is gross. It is so gross. And I'm sorry. Don't let it get to you. I mean, you have every right to be mad, but like this stuff only, oh, hello. You want to talk? Julie made 12K off me when the heat came. She hid. Enjoy. Dude, you're this isn't a flex. You get that, right? Like what you're saying here is not a flex. This makes you look terrible, just like everything else you've said. This woman has never said anything to you. This is what she does. She partners with creators. You're not the first creator. Have you ever watched Instagram? Now it's 12. Yeah, wasn't it 10? I don't know. The lies can't stop. Like she doesn't know how to stop the lies. It's unbelievable. Also, no one block her. Don't block her. Let her talk, say whatever she wants to say. It only makes her look bad. She continues to make herself look bad. Unbelievable. 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 I don't know. You want to dox anyone else, Jess, while you're here? Because that seems to be what you're doing. If someone blocked her, let me know so I can unblock her. We don't block people unless she is more than welcome to comment and make herself look as bad as she wants to do, as often as she wants to do. Let me know if one of my mods blocked her so I can unblock her, though. But that is insane. That's insane. You should literally be ashamed of yourself. She hasn't said one word about you. You come out here, you talk bad about everyone. It's disgusting. It's gross, and you make yourself look real bad. I don't need props. Like, again, the bully mentality doesn't work with me. It may work on some people. It doesn't work here. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of people that are 50 years old acting like they're immature children. Yeah, it's disgusting. Everyone sees right through her. That's what's disgusting about this. And Bay Harbor hasn't done anything. Oh, nope. She just blocked everyone, apparently. But meanwhile, she's talking about Bay Harbor hiding. I'm sorry. Pot this is kettle. Bay Harbor hasn't hid anywhere. She doesn't need to hide. You, ma'am, probably should hide because everyone knows exactly how you are and you don't like it. Oh my God. I mean, Los Angeles Thrifter hates me, and she's even been supporting Jokes LA Thrifter. It's wild. It's wild. The audacity. Yeah. Well, apparently we were all blocked. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, this is not. Everyone knows who she is, how she is, but I don't know how she thought this was going to be a flex. Just like the whole Arkansas Bestie thing. How did she think that was going to be a flex? It only makes her look bad. Unbelievable, guys. Freaking believable. Hold on with me. I am going to try to send you to Valhalla's house the right way, actually. So let's go see. He's going live. He actually may already be live. Also be there tonight at Baker's house here in less than an hour for his interview with Arkansas Bestie. Go sub to Bay Harbor Beauty and give her all of the support. Okay. Yep, he is live. So I am going to go over here. Guys, we're going to do it. We're going to do it this time. I think I know how. I was listening to Cyber Chick earlier, and we may be able to do it. We're going to see. We are going to see. Okay. Oh my God. It's funny how they just grow. The lies grow. It was 10, then it was 12. What will it be tomorrow? Oh, I don't know. 14. Could be. All right. So we're going to go in here. Do I go to, I think I need to go to my stream.
My card's here.
Okay,
I need to go.
Nope. I think I need to go to my studio is what I need to do. Let me see if it's going to let me log. Let me unshare this. Hold on. Let me unshare. All right, guys, I'm finding it. Yeah, this is, I mean, oh my God. Anyways, make sure you're subbed up to everyone. Bay Harbor Beauty, Arkansas Bestie, Valhalla Baker, all of that. Make sure to go support. We're going to send you over here to Valhalla Awaits. Oh, okay. Okay, we got it. All right. Is it community? I think it's community. Thinking that it is. Oh, gosh. Hold on. All right, making sure this is not. Okay. Oh, we don't need that. Okay. Next. Sorry, guys. This is making me do something really fast. All right. Okay, community. And then, is it community? I'm going to go here. Cheryl, is it community? Do I have that right? Okay, so I go into my studio. I thought it was community, but if I'm not right, tell me it's something else. Let's see. Or is it customization? Could be that too. I don't know. No, I think it's community. I feel like it's community. All right. Oh, I think I need to go here first. Okay. All right, guys, I'm figuring it out. Valhalla is going to be so excited. All right, guys. Let's see. Nope. Okay. All right. We're not going to show community. All right. We need to find my stream. I don't think I need to type anything. All right. 1 second. Profile. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm sending you overs. Also, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. And you guys hit the like button on the way out when I send you guys over. It helps with the algo. And apparently we're a featured video tonight. So that's fun. All right. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right, so we go here. And then all right. Valhalla awaits. All right. Okay. All right, I think I'm doing this wrong. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Cheryl, I don't know what I'm doing. Save it. Okay, save. Wait, I didn't do anything though. I just went to, okay, the YouTube studio. Okay. And then I looked up Valhalla Awaits in the search bar. Is that right? Or do I need to go and do something before I look him up? Studio, live stream, edit, customization. All right. Do you click on the video that you're live streaming? Or do you just... Oh, now I'm hearing myself. That's weird. Please hold. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It could take all year. Go over to Valhalla and do a CSI raid, and we will figure this out, and then I'll send you guys over to the next place, next live stream. Okay, yeah, it's going to take too long. Go over to Valhalla. Support him. I'll see you guys in the chat. Do a Valhalla raid. And then Valhalla's... Actually, Valhalla's... Volstrom just linked Valhalla's thing in the chat, so you just have to click on it. So everyone click on Volstream's link right here, and it will take you right over. Do a CSI raid. I will see you in the comments, and I'll see you at Baker's. Give Baker and Arkansas Bestie all of the support. Thank you for listening. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.
Justice for Kelsey. Keep that fire burning bright. Justice for Turtle Boy. Truth still putting up a fight. Lauren's got the receipts and that real CSI edge. Common sense investigator coming in hot, no pledge. Teeth blinding white, smile straight, killer clean. Girl don't need no milk, she's already pristine. Facts on deck, no fear, no holding back. one.